Alright, it's time. Another week. ZTGD Radio. This is episode 800. 800. For June 24th, 2024. And on the show this week, we got Anthony.
Cut it.
What?
Oh, I'm cutting up.
You son of a bitch. I'm on Dave Coulier your ass, so cut it out. We also got Terrence.
Hey, how y'all doing? Thank you.
God damn it. Anyway. It's been a week.
Certainly has.
What was, like, it was awesome thing happened, and then everybody got mad about it. And now everybody's fighting. Mom and Dad are fighting in the kitchen of video games.
Yeah, it's, man.
Alright, I think I might have to bail on this, boys, because we've gone back to robot.
What the hell, man?
Aww.
No.
I don't know, man. When you talk, it turns into mush. What am I supposed to do? I can't fucking respond to it because it just sounds like just noise.
What the hell
We
is
already
wrong
tried restarting and stuff.
I wish, I swear to God, like, I wish you could hear what I'm hearing, because it just is nothing.
You got nothing else running? Like,
Alright, I'm gonna figure this shit out and be back.
Did you restart your router? Like, restart your whole stuff?
I restarted my whole fucking setup.
Oh, damn.
alright, well, we gonna
Okay.
talk. You go figure that shit out.
Yeah.
Alright. Man, this feels like a normal show. Like, things just fuck up and we just go with it. It's fine.
That's how it goes, yeah.
Alright.
800,
Not
everybody. Fucking great times.
We're very professional. I want you to know this. Been doing this a long time.
Yeah, man. 800, that's a long time.
Well, when I pulled all the episodes down and was like archiving them because my fucking host was like, well, we don't offer unlimited anymore. I was like, well, fuck you. Like, we're going to charge you more. I was like, well, nobody's going back to 2010 to listen to these shows. I'm like, but I'm going to archive them on Google Drive, which hopefully Google doesn't kill that too.
Give them time. Give
So,
them time.
yeah, like, so I was like, while I was archiving them, I was like, God damn, I gotta make a folder for 2007, 200. I was like, God damn, that was a long time ago.
Man, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm like, man, it's just thousands of files. So yeah, well, this show has been going on a long time. And if you listen to episode 1 and episode 800, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You've been here a long time.
Yeah, as long as I have, and I don't...
Through the good times and the bad.
I mean, it's been all
Mostly
bad.
good.
There's just never been good times.
Oh, man.
Anyway, I hope you have some new video games to talk about, because I don't think I do.
I
might have one.
I don't. Man, I don't. So I guess because I'm finishing up because I've had some issues with the police game, the police simulator game, the highway expansion or highway patrol expansion, launched. And so I'm, trying to write a review for that, but I've had like crazy crashes. I'm still getting the glitch where it does not matter what time of night it is. It's still daytime in the city, which is so off-putting. But like, So I played some more of that, which is a shame because it actually is a fun game. Like, I like the loop. I don't know. I don't think I would want to be a cop in real life.
You sure?
I'm positive because I honestly think that I probably no, I don't think that power would go to my head, but I think that I am the type of person that I would probably be like Vic Mackey. Like, if you saw The Shield, like, I would be that kind of cop. Like, I would be like having a retirement fund and stuff and having like,
Oh, so you say you a dirty cop?
contacts. Probably. Not like the murdering type, but definitely we found $40 million. We found $20 million. That type of cop, I'm taking drug dealer money. I'll be Robin Hood. I'll give some to other people.
I like how you're just openly admitting to committing crime.
I mean,
Oh
he
yeah,
ain't
well,
a
I mean,
cop,
listen,
so
I mean,
Potential
right,
crime, but still crime.
I'm a cop. I told you it's like the Shield. That's going to be years of me like trying to duck my own team who's investigating. That's a really good show if you've never seen it. I mean, it's old now, but man,
I
real
don't know
old.
why they don't make a cop game like that. Because if you ever played
Me either.
The Godfather 2 on the Xbox 360, they let you do that
Yes.
shit. Like they let you like
Yup.
racket people and shake them down and stuff. That shit was cool.
Yes. And you know what? They never made that game backwards. I need to see if that's on the sale for the Xbox
It's
stuff
not
because I'd like to play
available.
that.
You can't buy it
Oh,
digitally. It's not one of those. Because if you remember
gotcha.
during the 360 era, not every game was available digitally.
I do. I couldn't remember when that one came out in the life cycle. All that stuff blends together anymore.
I still
Like I
have a
couldn't remember
disc.
when it
Like
came out.
I can go
You the
play it.
man.
Yeah.
That's right on. But yeah, that game was good. I loved that Godfather game. But yeah, they should make a game where you could be a dirty and I mean I don't know. There's so many games that let you do the whole, good guy, bad guy thing. It actually is kind of, well, you know what? What's it called? True Crime? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, they made two of
LA or something?
those. They made two of
Yeah,
those, New
With the
York and
that
third
LA.
one, sort of, because the third one is just sleeping dogs.
Yeah, it's what became Sleeping
that's,
Dogs. Yeah.
that's fantastic. Oh god, Sleeping Dog. I wish, but that studio is gone. That is a game that deserves a sequel.
That's
Oh
still one of
man.
the coolest open world games. It's so good.
Absolutely. It's so good. But okay, so I'm gonna get the review. I'll get that to you this week for sure. I finished up the review for Blood. You'll get that later today. I talked about that last week already. So, I love the visuals in that game. It really makes you feel like you watching 2000s cartoon, like early 2000s cartoon, like Powerpuff Girls. That wasn't really early 2000s, like 98, but like Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, that type of stuff. The art style is totally that vibe, and then the kind of the comedy and kind of zany antics of the story, because it's vampires is what you're fighting. Um, all fits that. Like you're a school age kid, you have to go to school, vampires is attacking the school, like it's all the kids that's fighting back and doing stuff. And you out here with a cricket bat, like comboing vampires. It's like a dungeon crawler, so it's from the isometric view. Some of the combat is kind of stiff, but you unlock like special abilities and spells and stuff later on, which kind of adds some flavor. But the art style and shit is what really carried it through for me. Like it's just kind of cool and beautiful to look at, and plus I loved those cartoons back in the day. Um, Man, there's some new stuff, man. I ain't played nothing new for real. I did finish up Jedi Survivor finally. Um, and I think I put this in the chat. I'm so surprised, and I'm not gonna spoil it here, but I'm so surprised that I didn't get spoiled by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, What?" Like that was incredible.
Yeah, you thought the
It,
game was over. You're like, I fought the bad guy.
I
Like,
did.
nah, no, you didn't. Nah, you
Listen,
didn't.
because I had did that because it's funny because I had told I told my wife because I got to that particular part and we were about to do something. I was like, oh well, hold on because this is the end of the game. Let me finish this up real quick. And I finish it and I'm like, oh wow, there's still more. They totally could have been done right there. It kind of went on with a third, but like man, that's a really good game. Really good game. I did have some glitches. Um, with the ending cinematics, like the last couple of like ending cinematics, the one after the fight, and then like the like kind of like epilogue kind of thing, um, like people were like glitching weird in it, and then one person was T-posing, and I'm like, oh, so
Hey,
that's
but that
fun. So
game's
I guess
coming out for PS4 and Xbox One soon.
yeah, right. No, I
That's
don't.
how I'll play it.
Well,
Anthony,
you know
I'm gonna
what?
apologize in advance because that game's been fucked up for over a year on the next gen. So yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
you gonna have
Oh,
some
trust me,
problems.
I know what I'm getting into when I'm buying like the old version. It's like buying PS2 versions of games that came out on PS3,
Oh man, I played
or
some of those this
or
weekend. Oof.
Or like playing the Xbox, like the Forza Horizon 2 version, Xbox 360 version over
Dude,
the
give
Xbox One version.
give credit where credit's due. Nixies and Rise of the Tomb Raider on the 360 was a technical marvel.
Hey, so was Wolfenstein, despite being 4 discs.
That's fair. That's fair.
Was it 4 discs?
Yeah, it was 4
Yeah.
discs. It's crazy.
4
Dang.
DVDs. I'm gonna be honest though. I know that there's a visual difference, but it's not as big as you think it is.
Yeah, if you forgot, 360 was DVD, brother.
I think the worst.
I did forget.
Yeah.
I think the worst example was Shadow of Mordor, where the actual processing couldn't handle the Nemesis system because it had to constantly.
Yeah,
keep
they
that
had to take
updated.
it out of that version. Yeah.
I sort of want to see what that version's like, because
Yeah.
how does that game work without that?
Whoa! That game's one of the ones on
I love
sale.
that game. Yes. Oh, is it?
Is it really?
I think so. Let me check.
Hold on, I'll go check. You'll keep talking.
I love that game, and I am surprised that they have not used that Nemesis system in anything else because it is fantastic. First of
Patented.
all,
It's patented.
yeah, I do know that. I did know that. I did read something, and you may have this in the news, so sorry if I'm jumping ahead, that the Wonder Woman game that they're making is still alive and apparently going to be using that, the Nemesis system, which is perfect. Like, it is perfect for a superhero game. Like, I mean, it's
If you have interesting Nemesis.
okay, yeah, okay, I'll give you that. You're trying to say Wonder Woman, they got interesting nemesis?
I mean, I can maybe name 1 or 2 of her villains, and they're kind of generic. You know, like, let's be fair here.
Cheetah.
Yeah, that's kind of where I hit the. That's where I hit the wall.
Ares.
Oh,
Hold
see,
on,
I forgot about Ares. I said Cersei, that sorceress.
Dude,
those
you're already
Garganta.
pulling deep cuts here that I'm like, and I'm a DC guy. Like,
yeah, no, all of her characters, all the ones that are from like mythology are cool, like Medusa, Deimos.
Sure,
Yeah.
but that like,
But then it's like,
yeah,
it's like Angleman,
nah,
Doctor Poison,
yeah.
Doctor Psycho.
Right.
She doesn't have the best villains, guys.
So she's got the
No.
worst villains. I'm just gonna be.
Dr.
I
Psycho
don't
is
know.
awesome in the Harley Quinn show, though, on HBO Max. I love him.
I think after you get past the first like 3, fucking the Flash are all just fucking speedsters at the end of the day.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Like, you have Captain Cold, cool. I guess Gorilla Grodd has kind of moved past just being a Flash villain, but he counts. Captain Boomerang, and then it's Zoom, Trickster, Godspeed, Heatwave. Just like, okay,
What about
all
Mirror
right.
Master? Come on.
Mirror Master sucks.
Master. I just like his name.
I just think it's funny that all the Flash villains like is Captain this, Captain that. What the fuck?
Yup.
Come on. Captain Cold. God, such a stupid fucking name.
Oh, man. Oh, okay.
I do like him as a villain, though.
No, he's
I
a
do
good
like him.
villain, but
I do
he's
too.
still got
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
worst name. Like, come
It's
on.
very much of the era when we were making Flash villains in the 40s sort of name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think he's from the original Flash. So they did that in the 70s, I think.
I didn't realize that.
Wonder Woman Nemesis system. Just...
Listen, I'm going to play
Shadow
it.
of
'cause I'm a comic
Mordor
book
is
fan.
on sale.
It's $5.
Nice.
I just found it. Yeah, it's $5. I think I kind of tempted to do it.
I'm doing it. So I also, because I said I wasn't going to buy a lot, but I ended up getting Tornado Outbreak.
Oh, that game
sale.
is so good.
Yeah, and getting the 360 and PS3 copies is a lot of money.
Oh yeah, they're expensive.
But the Wii version is cheap, which is how I own it. But like now I have the console version that isn't Wii motion controlled. And I also, even though I sold my copy and I regret it, Dark Messiah of Might and Magic.
Oh yeah, the kicking game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, no,
Wow.
you gotta pick up. Like, you should go get some of these games because there's some good shit. 99 Nights 2's out there. It's 750, so it's like,
I saw that. That's actually,
I
yeah.
own that game twice on disc because
I
I
have a
accidentally
disc
bought it
version of
twice.
it, so I don't think I'm gonna do it. But yeah, Tornado Outbreak is definitely one you should pick up because that game is like, imagine if they made a cartoony platformer, but you're a goddamn tornado. It's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
I
if they
seen
made a
that.
cartoony platformer, but it was also Katamari?
Yeah, essentially Katamari.
Huh.
The more you suck up, the bigger your tornado gets. It's so good.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, okay. All right. It's drop the link to that, to the sale, because I
Yep.
can't find it.
There's still a bunch of
Um,
stuff that hasn't worked yet. So like, oh yeah, he got it. Um, like they have a list of games that haven't gone. The prices, and one of them's Fight Night Round 3. Like, I feel like I'm gonna get that one. Burnout 3
I would get that.
Takedown, the original Xbox version. I'll probably grab that too.
That was such a good game. That was the first one I played of that, and that was when I got into
They
Burnout.
still got one more um, update to do. I think it's what, July 18th or something, and that'll be the last one. Yeah, I picked up quite a few things this week. I picked up Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I have a disc version, but I was like, I'm just gonna pick this up so I can play it. Um, just download it. I forget what the other one I picked up was.
And these are all the ones that you have to have a 360 for, right?
Yes,
Like,
they didn't put anything that's the only game on here that's backwards compatible. I think is Bionic Commando Rearmed. Every other rest of them you have to have a
But
360.
Rearmed 2 is not backwards compatible or
Yeah,
something like that. It's weird.
yeah, it's a weird combination, but that's the only one that actually works on the new systems. The point of this sale is to literally just ones that are only on 360.
gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Um,
Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection's on there, bitches. You best pick it up.
dang.
Yeah, it's 1, 2,
Man,
and 3, man. The original arcade versions.
everything on this sale too. Um, all right. Well, I don't even remember. Oh, the Nemesis system. We're talking about that. Yeah. So that has nothing to do with what game I played. But anyway, I don't even remember the segue now. So, we were talking about. I talked about Blood. I played some Diablo 4. Trying to get to make a level 100 character. I'm not, as swift as Jay and them. I think Drew was like, I got 3 of them. Like, dag, the
These
man,
guys are in there writing theses on like min maxing. I'm just like, man,
man.
you all make this game sound not fun.
Like it's so much. Like, oh my god. Like my eyes cross when they start going on. I'm like, bro, I just look for the green numbers. Um, that's my stuff is better than what I'm wearing, and I'm good. Um, but I jumped. Oh, I picked back or didn't pick back up, but I installed Dead Island 2, because its DLC came out, and that's still an enjoyable zombie killing time.
Dead Island 2.
Hmm.
Am I
I'm
thinking
pretty
of
sure you
am I
played it.
thinking of a different game? Because like, no, never
Well, Dead
mind.
Island.
Never mind. I know what you're talking about. Okay, no, Dead Island 2 in my brain is still Riptide.
Ah,
So
the expansion
yeah,
pack, or but
I
basically, yeah, I
got
got you.
I got so confused by those games because like that one team made the first two, and then they moved
Yep.
over to Dying Light, and then Dying Light 2 came out, and Dead Island 2 was a different.
Dying Light 2 sucked from everybody's description of
Oh,
it.
Yeah, that's what
100%.
I
Yeah, that
heard.
game was not good.
I liked the first one.
I loved the first one. Loved it.
Yeah, I didn't even bother picking up the second one because I,
The first one
man,
is one of my favorite horror games of all time.
Dude, they did
yeah,
so
man, the
much
first
good
one's
in that
dope.
game, and like everything they did
There's
good, they undid in the second one.
there's I'm just gonna say the bridge, and that should
Oh, fuck
anybody
off.
who's played that game
Oh
probably
man,
The
knows what I'm
sound
talking
effects
about.
when you're up high on the bridge, fuck off.
The bridge at night.
man, at night, yeah, not man. Yeah, I love that. That game was good, but nah, I ain't even fucking with the second one. But anyways, Dead Island 2 was good. I played some more of that. I played some more Traveler's Rest on PC. Some more Final Fantasy 16. I didn't play anything new. Damn.
It's a little
Uh,
quiet right now.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's basically it. That's all I play. I'm sure I'll jump in when y'all say something because or whatever. But yeah, that's basically it.
All right, Anthony, you wanna?
Hold on, I'm switching to my phone.
Okay.
That's fine.
His phone.
Hmm.
He's gonna sound funny when he first comes back.
Oh, you know what? I played Wayfinder. I played some more of that. Okay.
Hopefully,
So it. Oh, I can hear you. What you say? You said hopefully what?
I said hopefully this is better because I can barely hear you guys. I
Holy
I know
shit. You sound like shit. Yeah, I know.
yeah, because my mic is on my headset.
Got you. But as long as you can hear us, I guess.
I'm calling in from Bosnia. I've been sent there very quickly.
Well, we had to get you out there quick. There's a lot of things unfolding.
A lot of
I
things.
wish I had bubble wrap so I could pop it in the background so like there was gunfire.
Uh,
If you were asking me what I played nothing. You're welcome.
this guy.
I'll tell you why. Okay, so like I said last week, I finished Paranormal Site, and now I have a problem. I kind of want to play another visual novel, but I don't really want to sit through the intro of one.
I mean, that's
That's
fair.
problem one. Problem two is that, and we'll talk about this later, I now have an urge to play a specific franchise based off of an announcement that was made this week, but I also don't want to sit through the part of the issue is I don't want to sit through the introduction of any fucking video game right now. I just kind of want to jump in, and the only game that I have right now where I'm like, oh, I can kind of jump into that is Breath of the Wild, but it's in the Yiga clan hideout.
Oh man, that's the worst part of that game.
Oh, I know, and I don't remember having this issue with it the fucking first time, and now I'm just like, this is a fucking nightmare.
Goddamn bananas and shit. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to play this either. So that's kind of where I've been. Um, yeah, I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna play, and have not been able to find something that like sticks with me.
No, I'm right there with you. I can run through the 10 games I decided to try this week to see if anything's stuck.
Nice.
I had some deep pulls too. I'm not gonna lie. I've like maybe I'll replay the Crystal Dynamics Tomb Raider series.
Wow.
So I started back over the first one. I made it about 20 minutes in. I'm like, yeah, I know where this is going. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I did go back on my 360 and played some cool stuff. I downloaded Street Fighter Cross Tekken, played a few matches of that. I did some Outrun online arcade, which was, oh god, that game's so good. I went for a ride with Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which took me. So I got to tell you about this experience. You ever hit to, and I know Anthony does because he does it all the time. Go back through your purchase history to download games that are delisted.
Oh, I've had to do that
Fucking
before.
nightmare.
It is a
A
night. Yeah,
nightmare.
it takes forever.
The
Okay,
PSN version is terrible, and yet
Yeah.
Xbox is even worse.
do you want to know
Yep.
why Xbox is worse? So imagine somebody like me who downloaded everything. That includes
Yeah.
gamer
Got too
pictures,
much.
trailers,
Yep.
all of that stuff is on here. So on Xbox 360, you can only see like 4 or 5 items at a time as you scroll. And if you scroll too fast, it crashes. It literally throws an error code every time. So you have to scroll by like pulling the right trigger, waiting a few seconds, pulling the right trigger, waiting a few seconds. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out in like 2007 or 8, and I started in 2024. So I had to. It took me 40 minutes to get to the game to download it. That's banana sandwiches. Microsoft, you need to put a search
That is
function
ridiculous.
for that list. Like for real though. Or put it back on. Remember when it was available on the website?
Search. But
Yeah.
like some of that stuff is like, yeah, you search for it and then it's like, oh yeah, but actually you can't see what this is because
it does says downloadable content or whatever.
Yeah, like the system in there is a mess. They need to fix it, especially with the store going away. Like, because there's games on there that I bought that you can still download, but when you get to that item in the list, it says content not available. So you have to click into it to see what it is before you download it. And like, sometimes I would click into it, it's like, Mission Impossible 2 HD trailer.
Nice.
I'm like, what? Why did I fucking download this? Like, what the fuck was going on in 2006 that I didn't know about? But no, I played a bunch of old 360 shit. I played some 3D Ultra Mini Golf. I played some Trials Evolution, which, goddamn, I love the Trials games. Played some Shinobi, which was a lot of fun. I'm talking about the original fucking arcade Shinobi. That's what I played.
I was about to say, I was like, Shinobi, that was on Xbox? But okay, I got you.
The Xbox 360 version is the old arcade version. Yeah, you can play that on 360.
No, yeah, I was thinking of the PS2 games. That's
Oh,
why
no.
was like,
I haven't played
wait,
that in a
what?
while. I haven't played that in a little while.
Yeah.
So some of the games I tried to go back to as well. I keep trying to start Shin Megami Tensei 5, but like I got into the first battle and it gave me like 14 paragraphs of how the combat works. And I'm like, oh, god damn it. Like, this first battle was literally me hitting a demon, just one demon, like one time, and you gave me like literally like hundreds of lines of text of how this battle system works. I'm like, I don't know if I'm here for this right now.
I feel it.
I tried Oceanhorn 2 because I love the first one. So
Oh, I like that.
I feel like it's trying to be too much.
I should just bought that for my Switch.
Yeah, like I went through the first island and that's fine and dandy, and then you get to the town and it's like, well, here's a side quest, here's a collectible, there's a collectible, here's this, here's that, I was like, god damn it, I don't need all of this. And the combat's weird. Like, it just doesn't, like, the lock-on doesn't feel good.
It's because it's like trying to be Zelda, but it's not.
Like,
you're right,
just
it's
be
like
it.
not quite.
Like,
Right.
just be it. Like, I don't need you to, like, have something different. Zelda is good for a reason. Like, just ape the combat. I'm fine with that. But instead, like, when you pull the left trigger, it, like, aims his little crossbow. I'm like, that's weird. When
That's what happens when you were built for iPads.
Yeah, when
Yep,
you
that's
guard,
what I was going to say.
you can't guard and attack at the same time. Like, you have to let go of the guard to attack. And it's just, I don't know. It just feels weird.
Yep. It's because it was built for mobile. But
Yeah, no, I know. I played it on Apple Arcade and you couldn't invert the up and down. I was like, well, I can't play this.
oh, I know they let you do that on the phone version.
I mean, it
forgot
might
you
have
have to do
changed.
stuff like that.
It might have changed like after a while, but like when I first played it, it wouldn't let me do it, and I'm like, well, I can't play this.
Mm-hmm.
EA got me booting up Gears of War Ultimate Edition. That was mostly just so I could play it for like 10 minutes and then kind of be done, kind of thing.
Damn, man.
I told you, I played through the intro of Ni no Kuni 2. Like, I'm just trying to find something.
You know what? I feel Anthony when he was like, I sat down, I want to play this, but I don't want to play through the intro.
Yeah.
I was like that because there was a couple of games I was like, oh, I'm gonna play this, and then like a cutscene, I was like, nope, I don't even feel like it. I forgot it's gonna be nope. I just want to get to the game. I don't want to have to. Yeah, I
get
feel it, man.
I get so tired of like these long ass intros of like, let me skip.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ni no Kuni 2, I skipped probably 35 minutes of cutscene in that intro.
Yeah, and it's long too, man.
All right, so I'll roll through the indie games I played that were interesting. There's a game, I played this game called Pogo Stick Champion, where it is literally just a dude on a pogo stick, and he's constantly he's always moving, he's always bouncing. So you just got to kind of angle him to beat the levels. I really suck at this thing. I failed the first level like 10 times. I'm like, man, I suck at this. I played Whole IO, which did we talk about this last week? Because we compared it to Donut County.
Donut County,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that, but you can't turn the camera, and it kind of sucks.
Mm.
Like, I don't
So is
know.
it like Survivor or not? Well, you didn't play that. Is it like Donut County
I mean, you're just a
meets
hole.
Vampire Survivors? Yeah, you just a whole
You
going
just a
around
hole.
dropping stuff. That's it.
Yeah, you just swallowing shit, and there's other holes trying to kill you at the same time.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a hole can swallow a hole. It's weird.
How does that work? Oh
I don't
goodness.
know, but they're out there and they was chasing me.
That means that the universe like collapses.
Right. Like that's the end of everything.
And I feel like everything else, there's also every week a new first-person horror game in the indies. This
At this
week,
point, yeah.
yeah, this week I played one called Horror Tales: The Beggar. Um, this game is not optimized for console, and by that I mean like if you go into the menus, you can actually change like the PC settings, including the resolution. It's
Nice.
wild. It's wild, and it's one of those. Like you walk forward, you open some doors. This big dude with green eyes that looks like a skeleton like chases you down. Yeah, but
Gotcha.
the most exciting one I played this week is called Tevi, and I think it's been on other stuff before. Um, but it is very reminiscent of like a Castlevania 2D side-scrolling game. You level up your character, you get new equipment, you do the different moves, you collect items, and the combat feels really good.
Bunny girl.
Yeah, that's the only part that sucks.
But you know what? I will say this: they seem to have used restraint.
They did. It's not overly
You're
corny.
like you're a chibi. Well, when you're actually in the game, you're a chibi. But even looking at the artwork, like nobody seems to have like huge breasts that are like, okay, all right,
Yeah,
we know what
no,
you're doing. Like just make that game if you're gonna make that game. Don't make a good game and then put that in there.
yeah, no. That's what always sucks. Is like Senran Kagura actually plays good, but it's
Oh
very
yeah,
uncomfortable.
but you need to massage her boobs to get them bigger. Is that the one?
Yeah,
Is
Oh
that
the
my
one.
game?
God.
Yeah,
What?
dude, that game is messed
Yeah.
up. There's a video on our channel of me showing that game to Drew. I was like, this game is really fun, and then there's this.
That's That's how I know that game.
Yeah,
I'm about to look that up.
yeah,
That's
go watch
crazy.
that video. It's like I'm telling Drew, I'm like, this game plays really good. It's like a Dynasty Warriors. It's pretty fun, and then there's that part. Yeah, it's fucked up. All right, a couple more. Overwatch update was out, and I think this is the first time when I booted up the game, it played the Power Rangers intro thing before I got to the menu, which was wild.
Was it awesome?
I mean, it is pretty awesome. If you haven't seen the trailer, it's pretty awesome. The music is good. The battle pass is broken, so that's cool. Um, there's certain items in it that just say unspecified.
Nice.
Like I don't even know what I've unlocked, but like it does not feel different.
What you mean? Like the game?
Like the
Or
ballad
like
still feels like it's exactly the
oh,
same as I left off at the end of season 10. Like the
so
only
no
thing
go ahead.
I was gonna say the only thing different is there's a new map in rotation, which is probably one of the better robot maps. And then they changed the one of the other robot maps, like
There's
they
no
reworked
such
it.
thing. There's no such thing. I won't even hear this.
Hey, they made the robot walk 10% faster so the matches go quicker.
Oh, okay. Well, that fixes nothing.
Oh,
Man. Yeah, those matches used to
Like
be
it's just push.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like all it is just a less fun version of staying on the payload.
hmm yeah, I know. And the yeah, it's just a new map. The new mode hasn't come out yet, which I'm like, stop making new modes. Stop it. Like they're all the same mode.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Yeah, like stop making new modes and just give me new payload maps, you sons of bitches. Because that's the only. Everybody gets upset when you're not playing a payload. Like that's the best mode. Like let's just do that. So yeah, I don't know. I played it and I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like there was a reason for a new season. Like this just feels like a patch. Like, I don't know. The skins are not even all that cool. Like they're
No, I looked at the skins. They're not.
they're leaning too much into the fan service. Like, oh, we got to do Beach Kiriko. I'm like, I don't care. Stop. And then I played Graven, which I think I'm embargoed until this episode goes live. And that is I mean, we've had a lot of boomer shooters. This is like the Hexen / Heretic of that. So you're using like spells and like crossbows, and it's definitely like a big like world area. Like the first place you go is you go on this boat. Then you go into this town, and the town's like, oh, we need you to go down the sewers and do this thing. It's pretty good. Like, it feels good to play. It's got this really interesting look where it looks like Hexen, but if you look close, you can kind of see like the voxels in it. Runs really fast. I think I'm gonna enjoy it. It definitely has a lot of like inventory management and like spells and stuff that you can do. It's pretty cool. If you enjoyed Hexen Heretic, you probably dig this one. So, yeah, I only played it for like an hour. Like, I just got it. I forget what day, but I'll play some more of that this week and then write up a review of that. And then I'm working on a project, which is why I asked you guys about a VPN. So I'm going to have to get offline to do that. Because I've been playing a lot of old shit. And I'm building something. And I need to...
Nice.
It's going to be my greatest achievement on my retro box. So... But I'll tell you about that offline, because otherwise, tell you about how I take drug money like Terrence did.
Yeah.
I know this man right here.
Anyway.
Let's talk about what's coming out this week. Oh, what we got here? Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5. A Little to the Left, Seeing Stars. Beyond, I don't know what that is, at all. Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition. Frogun Encore. Graven, which I just talked about. Go Jump. Black Sad Under the Skin, that's the next gen version. Neo Sprint. Payday 3 Chapter 2 Boys in Blue.
I've used that stuff before.
What stuff?
The sprint. When you gotta cut, you put the sprint on it.
Have you seen Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
Yes.
Neo.
Have I
Spore.
Yeah. Have I seen Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
Right?
Well, I mean, I figured you bust out into the Neo Spore.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not the standout. The Taco Bell sequence is better.
Product placement, Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I need to show my son that movie.
Birdie.
Tiger.
You shall call me Betty.
Oh yeah, I need to show my kiddo that movie.
What a classic! What a classic movie. No Blu-ray release. God damn it!
I own it digitally, so I'll show it to you.
I own it physically. You'll never fucking pry that DVD from my goddamn hands.
I'm pretty sure I have a DVD of it somewhere. I thought I did.
I also have one of his Thumb movies.
Oh Jesus!
Surprisingly, which is Bat Thumb. And there's just a moment. I think the character's name is not Robin. It's Blue Jay in that. And it's like the character kid that he's bringing along that's doing Blue Jay is like, I'll never be good enough. And Batham just turns around and goes, that's right, now go home.
Oh, man. All right. Robin Hood Sherwood Builders. This sounds like a Terrence game right here.
Oh, yeah, that's that one that's coming to Game Pass.
Game Pass, yeah.
I am interested in that.
Of course you are.
I know.
Stray Gods, the role-playing musical Orpheus. Jesus.
Okay.
34 Sports Games World Edition. Gigantosaurus Dino Sports. And Last Night of Winter. PlayStation 5 actually has quite a few things that weren't on that list, including Pool Party, Rich Man 11, Until Then, Go Go Jump, Hyper 5, Exo 1, Pocket Bravery, Wonder, The Fragments of Fate, Gravity Circuit, that's cool. That game's awesome. Limpo, and Spy X Anya Operation Memories. Please be excited. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I don't see anything on that list that I haven't already mentioned. Nor that list. So, yeah. Everything is now coming to the new systems. Let's talk about the Switch. We got Greedy Snake, Springtime, Supermarket Simulation Grocery Empire 3D,
Jesus.
Grass Cutting Simulator Lawn Mowing Care, Lost Pixel, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. That's out this week? Huh. Forgot about that game.
I'll be buying that, yeah.
A Street Cat's Tale 2, Outside is Dangerous. Boat Driver, Ship Parking Simulator, Capes Escape Game, Ninth Room, Echolocation, Egg Console Topple Zip PC 8801, Flying Tank, Fortress Challenge, Fort Boyard, Frog, Good Guys, How to Sing to Open Your Heart Remastered,
Okay.
Make It, Yakitori, Mega Ramp Car Jumping, Merge Block Puzzle, Planetarian, Snow Globe, or as I like to call it, Planetarian, and Planetarian, The Reverie of a Little Planet and Snow Globe. What? You don't remember that South Park episode?
I do. Yes.
Welcome to the Planetarium.
That won't be the only South Park reference made this episode.
Probably not. No, probably not.
No.
Radiant Tail Fanfare, Room Renovator Furniture Decor Simulator, Shogun, Synaxarian the Great Martyr, Theodore the Tyro.
Okay.
Chia is coming to Switch this week. Jay asked me for this game, and I swear there was my correspondence with him. It's called Tsukahime, A Piece of the Blue Glass Moon, and I messaged him on Discord. I was like, that Suka shit game came in, whatever it's called. Oh, fuck.
Is it a visual novel?
Dude, I don't know what it is. I have no fucking clue. I saw it on the list of like games he wanted to review. I was like, I don't know what that is.
Nice.
Ultra Hard, Spot the Difference Challenge.
Oh, my.
Whacking Hell.
What?
Air Sea Modern Conflict. At Your Feet. Citizen Sleeper, Dave the Diver Anniversary Edition, Nocturnal Visitors, Last Night of Winter, Yori's Journey, Forgotten Origins, and finally a game that I give a shit about out of the 50 coming to Switch this week, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is out this week.
Nice.
Fuck, that's a lot of stuff that I just don't give two shits about. Holy cow. Whew. Alright, it's time to do some news, and we're going to kick it off with Xbox news. New Game Pass games this week include My Time at Sandrock, for the month. My Time at Sandrock, Kaplurth. What the fuck is that?
I don't know what that is.
EA Sports FC 24, you know that game that used to be called FIFA?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, football club. They call it football club now because they didn't want to pay for the FIFA name.
Nice. Okay.
SteamWorld Dig and SteamWorld Dig 2, and of course Robin Hood Sherwood Builders. Xbox Chief Marketing Officer Jarrett West has left Microsoft to join Roblox. And to that I respond with, Microsoft did advertising?
Wow. Everybody coming for them with their marketing. That's funny.
I mean, it sucks.
It does. I mean, it really does. Like it's definitely deserved.
Todd Howard did an interview. A couple snippets came out of that. There's no need to rush a new Fallout. There's
Okay.
no
2030.
there's no end in sight for Fallout 76. Last month, 25 million players over Bethesda's games. Modern versions of Fallout 1 and 2 for console are not a priority, and annual story expansions for Starfield. So, Matt Booty also did an interview. Matt Booty Cheeks. He says they're reaching the planned release rhythm. Planning releases around juggernauts like GTA 6 and other first-party games. Releases so that they don't conflict. Sharing ID and technology across the teams and studios. About the studio closures, he says basically only non-answers, but he said about the future of studios, not the past. Microsoft allows studios to leave the company like they did with Toys for Bob. I also saw a quote running around that the reason they closed Tango was because of the change in leadership.
Yeah, I saw that too. Somebody, X person or whatever, revealed that or leaked it or whatever.
Yeah, because Shinji Mikami left.
Yeah. Huh.
Which, that's still fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, he started something new too.
Yeah, I bet it won't be on Xbox.
Probably not.
As far as multiplat games, Booty Cheek says they are really pleased so far. It's still a case by case, and that Xbox will still have exclusives in the future. Microsoft has also started refunding customers who purchased the Redfall Bite Back Edition. So if you bought that, you probably got your money back. And then, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Don't you hate that when it's coming on? You're like, fuck, it's coming. I can't talk.
Yep.
All right, Xbox confirmed for Gamescom. They said it's going to be their biggest booth ever, and the confirmed titles to be there include Age of Mythology Retold, Avowed, Aura History Untold, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, Diablo Immortal, The Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76, Towerborn, and World of Warcraft, The War Within. PlayStation news. We got the new PlayStation Portal Remote Player System Software update released this week. Includes new visual feedback for touchpad, display the battery level in percentage, and sign-in screen to support public Wi-Fi networks. Holy shit, how is that not in it at the start?
Right.
Sony has also stated that a new Uncharted movie is in the works.
No one asked for this.
I mean, to be fair, that's true. I think Marky Mark asked for this. He needed a...
He probably did.
So, the Sony Rewards program will end on December 31st, 2024. This is not PlayStation Stars, which also hasn't been working for like 30 days.
I don't even remember what that is. Is that the one where you get like the NFT rewards and stuff?
I think
Like,
it
you
was
get, like,
that,
the
but
bobblehead?
it also allows you to like earn like Microsoft rewards where you can earn points to buy games.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Okay, yeah, I thought it was just like NFT stuff to put on like a virtual shelf or something. Okay.
I mean, you could tell how many people use it considering the news stories of it being down for 30 days.
Right. Right.
And finally, according to Android Central, Sony is making deep cuts to funding of PlayStation VR 2 games. According to their sources, only 2 VR games are in development at Sony, and it's questionable if they will ever come out. Who said this? Everybody.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you release a product that isn't backwards compatible with like already a niche set of software.
Yeah, it's almost like all this shit we
that
said.
to me is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, here's a new headset. It can't work with any of your old stuff.
It's more than the
Which,
PlayStation 5.
hardware-wise, it's more than, well, that too. But, like, even excluding that, like, you buy it, and you have nothing to play with it, even if you have an established VR library. Those are the people that were willing to buy VR, most likely, are the people that bought it previously, right? And now you can't even play fucking anything that you bought off for it. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And their excuse of, well, it uses different... I don't give a shit. Patches exist. You know what I mean? Like, you figure this shit out. You change your software and hardware. You need to figure that out. You need to fix the software to work with the new product.
We're gonna have a conversation about this in a little bit, but I got shit on the internet by suggesting that Microsoft needed to be the one to fix this problem with their games not coming to their system. This is Sony.
Oh,
this is Sony's problem too. Like, it was Sony's job to make sure that these games worked on the old hardware, because even I would have considered at that point. Like, I love my PlayStation VR, but when you told me it didn't work with the old games, I'm like, what's the fucking point? All right, let's talk Nintendo, where we're going to have a whole lot of conversation. But I'll just rattle off the stuff outside of the Direct first, which is that Nintendo announced that the next Super Mario Brothers movie will come to theaters on April 24th, 2026 in Japan and early April in other countries. And I think that's all the news that is not the Direct. So let me pull up the Direct. Mario and Luigi.
I have it. I was gonna say I have everything listed out in order.
Yeah, I got it too. So it started off Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Cool, great. Glad the series isn't dead. I'll play it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I like those games. Then they did the Nintendo World Championship NES Edition trailer, showing some more features for that.
Know what that game is.
I hope it's fun. That's what I hope it is. Next up on this list is Fairy Tail 2. I forgot there was a Fairy Tail 1, but cool.
Yeah.
This is also
anime.
Well, yeah, it's anime. Also, this was the first of many that are multi-plat games, just not Xbox.
Nope.
Fantasia Neo, which is Sakaguchi's new game that was on Apple Arcade, that's coming to everything this fall. That game's good. You should check that out.
It is a good game, yeah.
Nintendo Switch Sports is adding basketball. So,
which is cool. That looked fun. It was like NBA Street without, crossovers and crazy moves. But yeah, it looked cool.
You got to do them with your Joy-Cons now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably right.
No, the Mio Memories in Orbit. I don't know much about this. This is the platformer. Is that what this was?
I don't remember what.
Metroidvania. Hold on.
It's watercolor world.
Play as Android Mio in this mesmerizing Metroidvania where you explore the vessel, an enormous technological ark overgrown with machines gone rogue. Uncover its secrets, enhance Mia's abilities, and save the spaceship and its residents from oblivion.
Okay, so at least it's not a roguelike.
It's a Metroidvania. Yeah.
Disney Illusion Island is getting an update.
Yeah. It was what a weird thing to get an update, but okay.
I need to play that game. I still have not played that game.
You do. It's a really good Metroidvania that has no combat.
I am interested in that game. I just think the price turns me off. I think I've been waiting on a sale, but I don't check it regularly.
Isn't it like $40?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great price for it.
I know, but I'm cheap. Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Butters is happy
all the time.
I thought it's coming to everything. But I guess it's like an Animal Crossing Hello Kitty or something. I don't know.
Yeah, basically, that's what it is.
You can all shit on me all you want, but this next one I'm gonna play, which is Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports, I don't give a fuck if it's made by Game Mill. I'm gonna try it.
And I hope it's good.
Interest in sports games.
I mean, Looney Tunes anything.
Unless Mario unless Mario, yeah, I love Looney Tunes, but unless Mario's involved, this is probably just going to be basic ass fucking sports.
Then there was the Among Us update with a new crewmate and imposter roles. I don't know this game,
That's
so
interesting. Well, it's making it more like Werewolf, where people have actual
Yep.
roles now. Because like when I played it years ago now, there was no roles. It was you were either an imposter or a crewmate. That was
Yep.
it.
gotcha.
Now people have specific roles to play, which is kind of interesting.
You could probably tell me, you could probably make this up, and I wouldn't believe you. But the next game is called Farmagia, and it's in a realm called Felicidad, with a guy named Ten.
It includes farming.
I mean, it's right there in the name. Next up was Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Third fucking time this game has been released. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they really
New
like.
Donkey Kong, please. Good lord.
Then we had the Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake, which is still the worst fucking name for a video game ever.
But we getting Dragon Quest and Dragon Quest 2 HD 2D remake as well.
HD 2D.
Yeah.
We gotta call it that, because otherwise it's
These are awful names.
awful
These are
names, but fantastic game.
Have you seen some of the names that Square Enix uses? This is on the better end of that.
I mean,
You know what? That's
fair.
true.
Didn't one of the project names just become the name, like Project Triangle Strategy or some fucking shit? I don't remember.
Yes. Well, Octopath Traveler was Project Octopath Traveler, I believe, too.
Cool. That all sounds fun. Speaking of fun, let's have some fun.
What's an Exvius?
I don't fucking know.
Exactly. I don't think it's a real word.
I was gonna say, is that
Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. What the fuck is a Brave
Dude,
Exvius?
don't start
What
with
is
the
an Exvius out
don't
of
start
Brave?
with the Final Fantasy 13 bullshit with your Crystal Navalis bullshit, okay? I don't need to hear it. It was all dumb. But speaking of fun, let's have some fun with some Funkos and Funko Vision. Yay.
that actually looks interesting?
See, I knew you were- I know-
Check that game out.
You were like, oh yeah, let's play some Funko.
This nigga. Anyways, I did collect. I used to. I have a shelf.
I don't know if I'd admit that in public.
Man, what? Funkos are cool. And plus, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. They gonna judge me.
But I have two. I have two of them.
Man,
I have two,
one of
one of
them's
them's
Sonic.
broken. That was
I
cool.
had so many.
I'm interested because the properties involved. I hate to say this, but it
That's
reminds
actually
me
why
of
I'm
Lego
interested.
Dimensions.
Yep.
Okay. Luigi's Mansion 2, which is out this week. New trailer for that.
I'm still trying to figure out like why.
Luigi's Mansion?
I like yeah, because it's like not. As far as I know, they're not adding anything to it.
No, they're just making it for the first time on a console instead of a handheld, I guess. Oh.
Okay, but like at least when they brought Luigi's Mansion to the 3DS, the original, they added in a co-op mode.
Man, I don't
Like,
know. It's the
I-
end of the Switch. Switch was supposed to be dead by now. What do you want?
I don't know. This one feels more like out of all the remakes, because I know we talked about it last week because Daryl sent in a message, but like I don't know. Out of all of them, this is outside of the Donkey Kong, I guess, but I don't know. This one just feels the weirdest out of the bunch because it's like it looks better. I'm like, does it? It looks different. I don't know if better is the word I'd use. Like, sure, the polygons are much better, but the lighting, it just looks different. I don't know. It's one of those, like, part of me is like, I love Luigi's Mansion. Why?
I mean, I'll play it. I love Luigi's Mansion 3.
But I'm like, why just two, I suppose is the question I'm having then. Like, why not port the first game as well, which is arguably the best one?
I mean, Nintendo, like, why not port Metroid Prime 2 and 3? Why not port Wind Waker?
Well, okay, we know why 3 can't be done, but like they did.
They got Joy-Cons. Joy-Cons got waggle.
Ugh.
Yeah,
No,
waggle.
trust me, you don't want
No, I don't want it.
3
I'm
with
just
Metal Gear
saying
Thunder.
they got
But I'm
it.
saying, hold on. I'm saying we got Pikmin in 1 and 2. You know, Luigi's Mansion. I just want Luigi's Mansion and then include 2. Like, it is just, to me, there's like, I don't know. It's one of those fucking, like, really, come on now. This one feels like a money grab. Out of all of them, this feels like the money grab. Because at least with Donkey Kong, they're bringing in at least all the levels. Because I know a lot of people played that on the Wii, so why would they have bought the 3DS version? At least this is like, if you're buying it again, it's better than both versions looked. And it's got all the content that you may have missed because you played the original and didn't buy it again. But it's still dumb. But I don't know, the Luigi's Mansion one, I'm just like, are you adding anything to it? Like, add co-op. Oh, fuck it. Fuck, that would be great. But like, they haven't said anything about it, so I'm assuming it's
Bring
just
back
the same game.
Guigi.
They added Luigi to the first Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS.
Luigi.
And
Luigi was the co-op
explained
partner.
in the lore.
Oh, the one in because I played the Switch one, the little green
Yeah,
one that you made.
the
that
green
you, like,
Luigi,
run
yeah.
through. Yeah, okay, yeah.
They brought him into the first game, and they actually explain it in lore, which is weird.
I don't need
Why
that.
Luigi is back. Well, it's because they introduced time travel. Like, Professor Egad is like talking to himself, and he's like, "I need you to test this thing for me." So he sends back Luigi before you get him in 3 to then use him in the first Luigi's Mansion to see how he works.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
All right. The new Dinpamin. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've been told to play this series, so maybe this is how I'll do it. Because like the 3DS, you need to go to like, I don't know how this one's gonna work because the 3DS one, you walked around and anything that gave off like a Wi-Fi signal, you could catch Denpamen there.
Sure. They look like
I don't know how,
they look
how
like
that works with
knees.
Switch. Okay. Or weirder than these, which is a
I mean,
statement.
sure, but they kind of look like them in the face.
No, like I don't know if it's a good thing that they're weirder than Mii's. Mii's are pretty weird as it is, and somehow these are even creepier.
We did get a shadow drop of Metal Slug Attack Reloaded, which I'm convinced SNK does not know how to just make fucking Metal Slug 8 or whatever the fuck number we're on.
Yeah, right. It's been forever.
Until
You
that,
know what's funny? There's a mobile game coming. There's a new Metal Slug mobile game that's coming next month. That is not Metal Slug 8. Just so you.
This is
Whatever.
this is only $10. It's available on everything. It's out now. I thought about picking it up, then I'm like, but it's not Metal Slug, you know. Darkest Dungeon, gothic roguelike role-playing game.
this
The
Dungeon
first one was
2.
good.
Yeah, Darkest
Yeah,
Dungeon 2.
the first one was cool.
It's not. It's. I
This
think
one's the same amount of misery.
this one
from my
was
understanding.
shown for everything eventually except for Xbox.
Of course. As is tradition.
As is tradition. Nintendo Switch got a new update. Nintendo Switch Online got an update with 2 new Game Boy Advance games, Zelda Four Swords and Metroid
Swords.
Zero Mission.
So, Four Swords, I'm hoping that a lot of... Because this will probably be the first time I'll be able to play the entire Four Swords dungeon. Because I only got to see one part of it in A Link to the Past remake. Because you have to finish parts of Four Swords and it unlocks a new temple, and every time you bring another medallion back, it unlocks another part of the temple, and those boss battles against the other links are incredibly difficult.
They also
God, that game's so good.
They also added a new app for mature-rated Nintendo 64 games that included Perfect Dark and Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. And Perfect Dark is fucked.
What that mean?
I'm convinced
broke?
it's because
It's broken, yeah.
their emulator wasn't planned to have expansion pack support, even though like Majora's Mask runs just fine. I think Majora's Mask only uses it to keep position of all the characters in the timeline, right? Because every character goes through their steps every day.
Wasn't
I
Donkey
think that
Kong
was the only reason.
also in there? Or am I mistaken?
Donkey Kong, if it is, Donkey Kong doesn't actually need the expansion pack for any other reason that there's a memory leak issue, and it only prolongs how long the game can run before it crashes. I think it moves from like an hour to like 10 hours. So if you play Donkey Kong on Virtual Console and don't save and keep loading it up, I'm specifically talking about the Wii U Virtual Console in this particular scenario, you will still have that game break and crash because all the expansion pack did was extend the amount of time before the crash happened. That one's known for a fact.
It's so funny. The expansion pack was such a placebo of shit.
Yeah, I mean, it did do a couple. It did add add stuff to a couple games. Like it added more polygons to Turok 2. I know that for a fact. But I think, like I said, I think Perfect Dark, like the campaign. Well, I know for a fact the campaign needs it to run, and I think that's just because of the amount of shit that's going on. You could play multiplayer, I think even with bots, but it was only 2-player multiplayer, and then a bunch of bots that you could play without the expansion pack, but they would not let you play any of the campaign. So to see that like there's issues happening while playing the campaign makes me think that they didn't have enough RAM or whatever type of memory the expansion pack is built into their emulator. I don't know. It's just funny that like one of the games that needs it to run and like needs it for the single player game portion of it suddenly has issues. Also, why would you play this version? Play the one version on the Xbox. Jeez.
Yeah, just play the Xbox. Well, nobody has an Xbox, Anthony. Come on.
Oh, you should go find an Xbox One. I'm sure they're selling it for peanuts now. And just get Rare Replay and then never only play Rare Replay on it. That's why I bought an Xbox One, was because I wanted Rare Replay.
I think a lot of people bought an Xbox One to play Rare Replay, which is crazy. Which I'm going to tell you this right now. I was doing the archiving the old episodes, I listened to the episode where they announced that, and Drew was arguing with me that it wasn't a system seller.
Yep.
Oh.
I was like, well, hold on now.
That was wrong. Yeah.
Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero. That's another Nisa jam.
Because I think that game came out like PS2 and has never had a sequel up until now, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, a lot of that happening with the Switch, which is why I deem the Switch the best-selling console of all time, because I don't... You know, Jim Ryan can add his 5 million PS2s, but let's be fair, Jim, those were all broken, okay? All right, now we're at the point where shit got wild.
What do you mean broken?
PlayStation 2s? They broke all the fucking time?
Oh, okay. I did not know that. I have my old PS, like, not the original run, but I have like the big PS2 that's still working just fine.
Dude, disk read errors were fucking massive on that system.
Wow, okay, did not know that.
Yeah,
I went through like 3 of them because of disk read errors.
It was, what's funny is like people, I just think people aren't old enough to remember, but I'm pretty sure the disk read error was worse than the Red Ring of Death. Like, it was bad.
It just wasn't publicized, you know.
Yeah, because we didn't have as much like online presence at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But disk read errors, like working at GameStop, we had literally like a stack of PlayStation 2s that just did not work at all times. That disk read error was disgusting. Like it was constant. All right, this next game caused a stir of excitement, and then everybody is fighting now. So Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, which includes 7 games, and let's be fair, it might be the best collection of Capcom games I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But it's only coming to PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC.
Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Oh, wait, we have a soundboard for
I was going to say,
Wow,
you're just making that noise, and you have the noise.
I have a soundboard for it. Oh, well.
What's even better, you got that one, but you also got this one.
Oh yeah, but it works too.
You know, like this was
Great.
this game is not coming to Xbox like at all. It does not have a PlayStation 5 native version. Xbox has got to figure this out. Like, we're going to talk about this more during the limited run stuff, but there are so many games. And I know a lot of these games, like Mega Man Battle Network, probably sold like 500K, like across everything, because it's just not a huge game. Marvel vs. fucking Capcom 2 is a big deal.
Yep.
And people saying that Capcom should do this, dude, if Capcom thought it was worth it, they'd have done it. So I don't think it's on I mean, obviously Capcom would have to do the work, but I'm pretty sure it's on Microsoft if they want games on their console to go out there and work with the developers to get games on their console.
That's certainly part of it. I mean, I would just like to know what the reason is for this, because I'm assuming it's because of the MT framework.
Everybody brought that up, but I'm pretty sure that got debunked again because there were other things on MT framework that work fine in other places. I don't know.
Yeah, see, I don't, and that's really the problem with, I guess, the where we are now, where we expect the answer to everything as soon as, well, that's weird. Someone should come say something. I mean, because back in the day, you didn't have any of that. Like, it didn't come to the other systems, sure. But I mean, now, like, especially where Microsoft is, always in hot water for something or other. Like, I don't know. And I know you said we get to limited run stuff. There's a bunch of other stuff that's skipping their system. But
Oh yeah.
if this was something as simple as just the MT framework or whatever, like, hey guys, look, this is what it is. Like, it's got to be something else.
I don't know at this point. All I know is that a lot of games are skipping that platform, and there's all kinds of conversations out there like, well, if it's not on Game Pass, Xbox players don't buy it. I'm like, man,
yeah.
Most PlayStation players aren't going to buy this. Most Switch players aren't going to buy this. That's not what we're talking about here. If you sell, 50,000 copies of something, you're going to make some money off of it. And every developer I've ever talked to personally wants their game on every platform that they can get it on. Because why would you not?
Right.
So,
culture war fight on the internet for sales. Oh, sorry. That was one of those questions you don't answer. Okay.
Yeah, and this is another thing is like how is McCaffrey not asking that question to Phil? Oh, that's right, because PR dictates what questions you can fucking ask.
Right.
This is because I went off on Xbox, whatever, not last week, but some other week, about how kind of shitty they are. And this is the point that I was making. Like, we can say it's framework and shit like that all day long, but at the same time, like, these are computers. These are computers. These are just fancy computers that run, their own software or their own OS, I guess, technically. But there's a reason why we see more and more PC ports. This isn't stuff that's where you have to do the fucking whatever core system that PlayStation 3 ran, so all the games looked worse than their 360 counterparts. Like, it's basically the easiest it's ever been to port games to systems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yet, Xbox gets left behind, and you can say, well, they're not the leading console or whatever like that, but at the same time, there is an audience there. And I just don't think Xbox puts in the effort. They just don't.
No, I agree with that 100%. Like they should be out there chasing this stuff.
Taking out the whole aspect of buying exclusives, which is shitty no matter who does it. Why are they not giving any incentive for devs to put their game on Xbox? Like, Xbox is not going to devs and being like, here's a reason why you should, or whatever. It's like, these are easy things to do. Make caveats for these people. Like, don't ask them for, specific, you need to give us some specific content to make it worthwhile for people on Xbox or whatever like that. You just need the fucking games on there.
Mm-hmm.
And like, while Game Pass started off as a great idea, and I don't think it's bad for consumers, and I don't think it's going to kill the industry either. If that's all you have to offer to devs, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I just... And if it wasn't for the fact that they have a track record of trying to work with like Japanese devs and it falling through, you know, I'm sorry, this is just, it's embarrassing. I don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore. What is the Xbox other than the system that gets Microsoft specific games and some of the other games?
Yeah, there's no consistency, and you can't tell me it's because Microsoft and Capcom don't have a relationship, because their next big release is coming out on Game Pass day one.
Right.
So there's a relationship there, 100%.
Mm-hmm. I just don't think they do a good enough job anymore of courting anybody. Like they just, I don't know if it was, but anyways, all right. It's just one of those things where it's like they used to do that Summer of Indies, which was huge at the time, and I get the environment has changed, so how do you do that? But they don't even try to do it. They don't even try to make it so like it's a big event of all these independent games are coming out at this time. I know Sony tried to capture a little bit of that for a couple of years, and they've stopped doing it too. But it's like, make it exciting. I can't believe I'm saying this because it's just capitalism, but like, there's no reason why I want to shop at Xbox.
No, unless you're already in that ecosystem, there's no reason to come into it.
And even then, if you're in that ecosystem and another ecosystem, you know what I mean? Like, if you're there and you also own a PlayStation, what makes you choose Xbox over PlayStation?
Well, I mean, I can speak from my experience.
Price.
Yeah, I mean, I can speak from...
Your catalog is there.
I have a huge catalog, so that, like, if it doesn't come to Xbox, I'm like, well, shit. Like, I can play it somewhere else, and that's fine. But, like, I can't swap.
But you're also, and I hate to put you in... You're also a rare case, right? Where
100%. I know I am.
Like looking at, like, and I get it, too, because I have more with Sony than Xbox, but even then, I'm like, obviously not upgraded to PlayStation 5. I have more, I think, with Nintendo at this point than both of them for current-ish consoles. I just don't see the benefit of buying from Xbox unless they have a huge discount and it's cheaper there than their competitors. I just don't. I don't see it anymore. They don't hype anything up. It's just like, here's a storefront, you can buy from it. Cool.
I mean, all the storefronts suck. Let's be fair.
Yeah, all the storefronts suck. But Nintendo at least is like, hey, this big new game came out. It's not always their first party stuff. When you turn on the Switch, there's the highlights on the side, and like, yeah. And Sony will push stuff to your as much as I hate it, I think it's Dash still on the PS4, whatever you want to call it, not the cross media bar. They'll push like, hey, here's the new game, and then I'll have to be like, delete the app because I'm not buying it. I don't give a shit about 2K, but they're at least trying, right? And Microsoft, it's just like, yeah, we got these games, whatever. All right, you've bailed on Xbox One, I know, but like at the same time, I just don't. The industry has changed, and I feel like Xbox is not sure what they're doing with it. And Sony's like, well, at least we have our first-party stuff and third-party stuff, which I don't think Xbox can say to the same strength at either of those points. Like, they can't be like, we have our games, because they really only have a few. And then they can't say that they have third-party games, because they don't. Like, you're not even... Marvel vs. Capcom... It's like Street Fighter 2 HD. Like, these were big things on the Xbox arcade.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can't even get that.
No, they've been delisted.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, no, they've been delisted from the original, but they're not even getting the new versions of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the old versions are gone
on their platform. So, like, it's just fucking irritating. It's irritating because, like, PlayStation didn't have access to all that stuff, and the PS3 architecture was such a piece of shit. so I can understand why stuff doesn't necessarily move forward as easily. But like, Xbox has backwards compatibility. If you're not gonna get the fucking new collection, at least try to work on getting that old stuff back on your store.
Here's the way I kind of look at the three. When developers make a game, they're like, we want it on Switch. Sometimes it's not possible due to hardware limitations, but they want it there. PlayStation, they have to put it there because that's the big boy leader. Xbox, it's like, Xbox needs to come to us. Like, I feel like that's how developers look at systems now. Like, they want it on Switch, they have to have it on PlayStation. Xbox, and Xbox, like you said, needs to be doing that. They need to be going out to these people and saying, hey, we want your... Like they did with the Atlas stuff. Like, I understand that you're not going to spend that money on everything, but you need to be talking to them.
Like, you know, the reason why I think about it, and like I'm kind of putting indies at the front. Super Meat Boy is a good game. It's maybe even a great game, but it's not the best game. But putting that forward on your storefront was huge. That made that game as big as it is. And so, you know, Limbo, you know, does Inside exist without Limbo getting pushed by Xbox? Probably not.
And look at the last two big indie games that Microsoft pushed. They followed the trend of Xbox, which is we announced it, and it took like forever to come out, which was Cuphead. And then that one that's still not out, which is called Replaced.
Yeah.
And I want to play
and
that.
It's like, that's not the same as taking these indie games, making it so it's easy as possible to get indie devs involved with your... Because, I mean, shit, even then the store was a nightmare because the games had to be under a certain size.
50 megabytes at the start.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absurd. So it's just depressing because, like, and when Sony, and this is kind of a criticism at Sony too, but Sony did the same thing where they, like, I bought Headlander and like 3 other games that year. They only had like 4 games, and they would do a discount, and I don't think I ever got my money back because it was like a return on money or whatever. They would give you extra store credit, and I don't think I ever got my store credit for buying all 4. But like, Bound, Headlander, and I don't remember the other 2 games that year, but I think I bought all of them because they pushed those games and they made them seem interesting. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm interested in all these.
This goes back to what we talked about earlier. Their marketing is terrible.
And Sony's isn't great either, but like, I don't know what the fuck Xbox is doing. Like,
well, that's the difference I'm talking about. Is Sony doesn't have to do it because they are the de facto. Xbox has to do it.
And they're not.
No, they're not at all. Like, neither one of them are, but Sony doesn't have to right now. Remember when Sony had to? They did.
Yes. Nintendo should not be the best at doing this type of stuff, but they are, and that is sad.
Yeah, like, Nintendo has always been the worst at this stuff, but you know what? They're killing it. Like,
do you remember the WiiWare store? There's games that we just lost that probably were great, but they did not push those WiiWare games very well.
No, it was terrible, and they also didn't push like the Virtual Console, which now looking back destroys NSO.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know. Xbox needs a swift kick in the ass.
It's not just about Marvel. Like, you know, it's...
Oh, I got more. I got plenty more.
I know, but it's like, it's not just about Marvel versus Capcom in this particular scenario. I'm just bringing this up because, like, it's upsetting to me to know where Xbox was at one point, and I kind of understood what they were going for, to now whatever they are, seemingly this formless void, where it's like they announce stuff, you're never going to be able to play it. The stuff that does come out is usually kind of mid, Redfall, even if that game's better now. The stuff that they don't announce and they just shadow drop is really great, but they put no effort into marketing it. I'm done with Gears of War. I got it. Like, I'm not saying I don't want the franchise to continue, but like, at this point, you're not getting new Gears of War players. You're just not. You're not getting new Halo players. They just bought fucking Activision. Where's all my Activision shit?
I can actually have
Right?
an
Like,
answer for
all
you for
those
that.
franchises. Probably fuck you is the answer.
No, the answer is that they still, like, the FTC is still coming after them, so that's why they haven't done it.
Still, it's one of those.
No, it's a bad look. It's 100% a bad look.
It's even more aggravating because they just put a bunch of money into apparently something they can't even do something with because the FTC is coming after them. No shit, they should have seen that coming.
I mean, we talked about this on the show 1,000 times. That Activision deal destroyed Xbox in so many ways because they didn't do anything while the shit was going on, and now that the shit is over, they're still not doing anything because they're afraid of being slapped on the wrist. Like, that deal, they've gained nothing from it other than revenue, which I get it, that's what corporations do, but as like...
Yeah, I know corporations aren't supposed to be my friend, and I get it, but like at the same time, they're not doing a very good job of trying to separate money from my wallet.
No, they're not at all.
Which is pathetic for a company that I pathetic for a company that I did support. Like, I canceled my Game Pass because I just didn't see the point in it anymore. I don't know. It's depressing. Anyways, moving on. Sorry, this is about the Switch, not the fucking...
Yeah, let's continue on with the Switch. So Mario Party Jamboree was the
Xbox
next game?
Misery Hour is over.
Oh, it'll be back.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Okay, no. Super Mario Party Jamboree. I'm gonna buy this, and I've skipped the last couple of Mario Parties.
That last Mario Party was good. The one on the Switch, that was good.
Yeah, that was the one that was the compilation of all
yeah,
stuff,
like the
right?
greatest hits, Mario Party Greatest Hits is what they should have called it.
My thing is like, this one seems like it's got a lot of single-player content. Did the last game have more single-player content?
I wouldn't know. I played it with my son, so I don't know.
Okay. Because, like, that was one thing I always liked about the... I don't remember which game sort of got rid of it. I know they've always had single-player content, but, like, I loved the go on the minecart and play all the mini-games and stuff.
That was in the last one, I'm pretty sure.
Or whatever. That was? Okay.
I think,
so,
I'm pretty sure
anyways,
it was.
This one seems like it even has more than that, and I'm like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm totally always down for more Mario Party. And then the next game we got was the follow-up to Zelda's Wand of Gamelon, which is Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Bless. I'm so excited for this, god damn it.
I still can't believe Terrence hasn't played Link's Awakening remake, because this is exactly what it looks like.
No, I have not.
Have you played Link's Awakening ever, Terrence?
Yeah, on was it Game Boy, I think?
Yeah, Game Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was forever ago. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I missed the remake. But yeah, this looked really cool. Like, I liked the art style.
I still can't believe they didn't call it the Missing Link. Like, how do you?
I don't understand why they did not. Like, they just dropped the bag on this title, like, all the way around. Like, man.
I agree with The Legend of Zelda, because that's now the brand name. But you're right. The Echoes of Wisdom is kind of like and okay, I'm not trying to get onto like it's kind of sexist, but it's kind of sexist to be like, she's not going to use a sword. Okay. That being said, I did watch her spawn like a rock and then bash someone in the head with it, so I'm like, all right, well, you know.
You could do that in Hyrule Warriors. Remember that?
Yeah. I know, but that's on the mainline game. That's my point. Is like finally there's a mainline Zelda game that you're going to be able to play Zelda, and she's had swords in the mainline games. Like,
at least she's not using a key like she did in Zelda's. What was the third CDI game?
Zelda's Adventure or whatever.
Yeah, like she used a key in that one.
Okay, so I watched a video on. I have to speak about Zelda's Adventure now because
that game is so bad. It's so bad.
Have you ever seen the miniatures they made for that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my god, they're so cool! And then you watch them compressed to CDI quality, and you're just like, oh.
And a top-down perspective, yeah.
And then but yeah, so I'm very excited for this game. I am. This is the type of shit that I'm like, I love the DS for. I know that's a really weird statement, but where they'd be like, Yeah, it's kind of like Zelda, except that like here's a weird thing you can do, and that's gonna be the whole sort of gimmick. I love gimmicks. Like, yeah, oh, you can just copy anything and then just make it at any time. Interesting. It reminds me of a game. It has nothing mechanically in common other than the fact that they both can sort of play from a top-down angle. Um, oh, fuck. I forgot the name of the game. Give me a second here. I think got him in wireless headphones.
I was gonna say, speaking of gimmicks,
Avalon Code. Avalon Code is the game I was thinking of, where it was like a Zelda game, but you had a book, and the book had like these little Tetris sort of pieces that you could put onto pages, and it would change the stats of everything in game. And that was the whole point, was to build enemies that were difficult, but not so difficult you couldn't beat them. And then you'd have NPCs where you'd have to move those pieces out. And this kind of feels like that, where it's like, oh, you're in a Zelda world, but you can kind of manipulate everything. I'm very hyped.
speaking of gimmicks,
Also, this looks like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like like being able to explore and sort of.
Did I show you
break
Did I show you the pictures where like they were comparing it to the Hyrule map from Link to the Past?
Yeah, I don't know if I love that, if it ends up being true. I don't know if I love going back to the world of Link to the Past for the minimum of third time.
Motherfucker, I will go there till the end of time.
I want, if we were going back to it, I want it to be in full 3D. You know what I mean? That's
I
my
do.
issue.
Yeah.
Is like if we go back to a top-down angle, it is just like here's the map.
I'm telling you right now,
Um,
I want Link to the Past remade in this engine. That's what I want.
I mean, okay, so a straight remake is fine, but yeah, I don't know. Like we got. I mean, they need to port a Link Between Worlds.
Oh, they 100% need to port Link Between Worlds because the only
my
way you can
God,
play
they
that's on a 3DS. It's crazy.
One of the best Zelda games. But that was the first time we went back to that Hyrule, right? And then it's like, okay, and now if we're going back again, I'm like, okay, I've seen it from this angle before. Show me like, I don't even give a shit if it looks like Ocarina of Time at this point. I do not care. Just give me that 3D Zelda with like a Link to the Past world.
Man, could you imagine that in 3D? That'd be fucking awesome.
I'm telling you right now, okay, I said this like last week, I think, but I want take it. It'll be a smaller map, of course, but do the Breath of the Wild thing, but do it with the Link to the Past world, and make you actually climb the pyramid and the mountain, Death Mountain.
Yeah, Death Mountain, dude.
Like, oh, climbing the pyramid and having it always be visible from like wherever you are on the map because of how tall it is would be fucking so awesome. And the Dark World in the Link to the Past is so goddamn cool. Ugh, goddamn. I love A Link to the Past. That's the reason why I'll be playing the fucking GBA version so I can finish that fucking Four Sword dungeon. It's always depressing when you're like, I've seen this angle from this fucking world before. Show me more. But
wow,
I'll be able to spawn tables and jump over castle walls, I guess. So.
bring it over here.
To continue with the gimmicks, Nintendo is putting out a special Hyrule edition of the Switch Lite. This could not possibly be to try to be the best-selling console of all time. Technically.
They had a bunch of Switch Lites made, and they're like, we need to sell these before the next console comes out.
They're what?
What if we could charge more money for it?
How close are they now? They're only like
stickers.
5 million behind the PS2, right? I think. They just broke
something
150
like that.
million, so they're close. Alright, continuing on with the Direct, we had Just Dance 2025 edition. I mean, it's not much to say there.
What?
Man, those
Is
are
that one
yearly
being
for
ported to
real.
Wii as well?
Probably.
Yep.
Lego Horizon Adventures was in this. Nintendo just basically like, fuck you, we get everything. We don't care about your stupid console wars. Stray come into Switch. Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game. This is a farming ass game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a farming ass game. I'm excited for Stray because I haven't played it.
I hate that
So
game. So fuck that game.
I know you do.
Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, which everybody was hyped for because I guess it's finally bringing something that's never been released over here.
Okay, so the first game came out because it was Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. The first game came out, but the sequel never did. It was Japan only. So you have to play a fan translation. I've talked to multiple people that have played the Ace Attorney games, and they say Ace Attorney Investigations 2 is one of the best stories in all of the series. But it's been locked to Japan, and you'd have to play a fan translation of it to be able to experience it. So I'm very excited that they're doing that collection because that's like an instant day one buy for me.
Also worth noting, this one is coming to Xbox.
Yay!
It's such a weird thing. All right, these last few games, 100 Line, The Last Defense Academy. I don't know what that is.
Okay, I only really listened to the direct. From my understanding, it's like Danganronpa mixed with tower defense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It
so
looks
I'm right
like
on that.
Danganronpa. Yeah, it looks like Danganronpa a lot.
Well, I know it's the character designer of because I looked. I found out that they were putting a lot on the line.
Okay.
Um, doing this game, I guess that they're like, yeah, no, this could like really fuck our business up if it doesn't succeed. I'm like, okay, well, that's not a thing to say before the game comes out, guys. That could have been a mistranslation to, I don't know. I just saw that and I was like, all right, well, that doesn't breed confidence.
Next up was Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven from Square Enix.
That's a remake, right? Give me a second, I'm looking it up.
I don't know, but that one's not coming to Xbox.
Of course not. It's Square Enix.
Of course, it's not.
Don't
Even
worry.
though they said that they plan to change that. I don't know when. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they did announce all the
Right.
Dragon Quest games. The Dragon Quest games are coming to Xbox.
They're just
Okay.
holding out as long as possible, so Xbox is dead before they actually have to do it in anymore.
Right. That's about what it feels like at this point. Like, Jesus.
Okay, I'm looking at Romancing Saga. Yeah, it's a full 3D remake of Romancing Saga 2.
Well, fuck
It
you, Xbox players.
kinda
You don't
looks-
get it.
It kind of looks cool. I just don't have any experiencing. I don't have any experiencing. Jesus Christ. I don't have any experience with Romancing Saga. I don't even know how they... Like, I don't know if they're directly related to the Saga games. Or if
I've
they're,
never
like,
played
their
them. I have no
own
clue.
thing. Well, Saga was Final Fantasy Legend. And then they realized they can just call it the franchise name it was in Japan. But yeah, like it's... I don't know, they might sell me on this because it looks kind of interesting, and that's how I ended up buying Final Fantasy 15 and ended up
then-
loving that game.
We saw Metroid Prime 4.
Running on the Switch.
It's
Hell
not running on
yeah.
the Switch. That's not running on the Switch. Don't you lie to people.
I don't know, man. Out of all the companies that like Nintendo has first party sort of, Retro Studios is the only one I could see making it possible.
Not looking that good though. No way.
No, probably not. Probably not. No.
That
but I
thing
could
looked
see
like
it
a PS4 game. Like that's Switch 2
Yeah, it
it's
looked-
running on.
It looked really good.
Yeah.
Man. Like,
Yeah.
Silex, baby. Let's
mean-
finish the story finally. God damn it.
Metroid Prime 4 was announced 7 years ago.
Metroid Prime 4 was teased. Hold on. I'm
7
looking
years
up.
ago, 2017.
No. A decade before that, because the end of Corruption. Which
Oh,
was the Wii
yeah.
game.
I mean, you're pulling out the Beyond Good and Evil
Tease-
argument. Come on.
No, well, hold on though. Specifically because as Samus flies away, Silex's ship, Silex, I don't know, follows her, and everybody's like, "Holy shit!" And then a decade before it even got fucking announced, okay? Because you said 2017?
2017 was when it was announced, yes.
When that stupid, here's the logo, we don't know anything, what's going to happen with it. I was like, okay. And yeah, finally, like, it's proof, like, oh shit, that is the villain. I'm very excited.
All right, I'll run through
But
the.
I'm going to say right now specifically, I'm excited because I'm also one of the losers that loves Metroid Prime Hunters, and I won't say that game is great, but hey, it's a pretty good Metroid Prime game on DS.
They were playing that game in the second episode of Supernatural.
Hunters?
Mm-hmm. The guys
Oh,
camping
wow.
in the woods in the Wendigo episode, they were playing Metroid Prime Hunters.
That's wild. I had it. Like, I
Look,
remember I got it when it came out, but I would not have pulled that deep cut like Anthony did. And it's funny too, because like I saw that on Twitter or Twix shortly after he said that. But oh wow, somebody put a meme up, like me and four other people who knew that, who knew the guy in the video or
yeah.
whatever.
But look, I'm gonna explain kind of why it was interesting then, just so everybody understands. All the other Metroid Prime Hunters characters are like aliens of some sort. So like you had like one guy that turned into like a little alien sort of tripod monster, and his whole thing was he could go invisible because he's a sniper. One of them was a rock dude that basically just had the spider ball on. And one guy split in half because Samus, I guess, had killed him previously, and he was like an upper torso that would walk around. That was his morph ball mode. One of them was a giant slug creature that would all like okay, whatever. The only other like character using like a power suit is Silex, and they blatantly tell you that the suit is stolen, and nobody knows who it is underneath the suit. Which I'm assuming it's not going to be like an amazing payoff because it's probably going to be nobody because how many
It's
characters
Justin
does Metroid have?
Bailey.
Oh, oh, that would actually. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. If I got to the end of Metroid Prime 4 and that was the twist, I would be like, you motherfuckers, that was pretty good though. You got me. You got me. You got me. And like his morph ball mode was like a advanced version of like Samus's morph ball because he could like fire a gun while in the lockjaw form. It was really interesting, and you're like, oh, I want to know more about that character. And then it's like, well, I hope you didn't like the Metroid Prime Hunters characters because you'll never see them again. And it's like, okay, that sucks, but whatever. And then Metroid Prime 3 teased it, and it's like, holy shit. And then nothing for fucking 10 plus years until we got that fucking announcement. And it was like, holy shit, well, they did say that Silex was going to be the main character, or the main villain in Metroid Prime 4. That didn't mean anything until we actually got this fucking trailer. Oh,
All right,
God,
limited run games also had their thing this week. I'm gonna read down that there's 26 games that were shown at this. Let's just get to it. Star Wars Dark Forces Remastered getting a physical release. Valis, the Phantasm Soldier Collection 3, physical release. Rain World.
I'm curious about. I don't know enough about Valis. All I know is that like I was watching somebody who was talking about one of the Genesis games at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they turned into like porn games at some point.
Yes, they did.
Okay. Does this include those? That would be really fucking weird.
I
understand
know.
for completion's sake, but still, I'm curious on that front. Like, are they selling porn games?
I mean, it is on the Switch, so it's possible.
No, God, yeah, okay.
Rain World is getting a physical release. This next game is the first of many that are skipping Xbox. Well, I think the Valis and Rain World also skipped Xbox, but Fighting Force Collection, they're bringing back Fighting Force 1 and 2. If you've never played those, I know Anthony probably knows the story that this was originally built as Streets of Rage 4.
First one was,
yeah the first
second
one
doesn't play anything like the first one.
No, the second one's like a straight up action shooter.
Yeah, third person shooter thing, weird.
Also worth noting, they're doing nothing to this collection. These are just ports.
That seems to be a running theme with this with this showing. Not that I watched it, but yeah.
Yeah, so that one's not coming to Xbox. We got Rename, which I don't even know what that is. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus physical Switch version. Cosmic,
Great.
Cosmic Fantasy Collection 2. G.I. Joe, Wrath of the Cobra, getting a physical release in 2025. I don't think they listed platforms on that. They just said PC and consoles.
What game is that?
Wait, that's coming out. You said next year?
Yeah,
The
2025.
beat 'em up GI Joe
Yeah, the
game.
beat 'em up G.I. Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Beat 'em up. Thank
yeah.
you. I'm like, I don't know anymore.
Let me tell you something. I played the demo. It needs it. Delay that because it's not
Oh
good.
no.
How you fuck up a beat 'em up? Like it's not good. Like yeah, take your time. Take your time.
Assault Suit Lanos 2 Saturn Tribute is not coming to Xbox, which that one's a little weird because the first one is on Xbox. If you've never played the Assault Suit Lanos games, they're pretty fun little mech games.
What are they called? What's it called?
Assault Suit Lanos. They were Saturn games. Actually pretty good Saturn games in Japan. Snow Brothers Wonderland. Gimmick is getting a sequel, which is weird. Gimmick was an NES game. I want to say it wasn't an official, or it was like a later game or something. It's also very hard. Penny's Big Breakaway getting a physical release. Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary. Toxic Crusaders is getting a limited run release. Which that
By
game...
the way, I looked it up. So Assault Suit Lanos 2 is just a Saturn port.
Of the Genesis game, right?
No. Like the new one, I believe, is just a Saturn port because they did do that remake for PlayStation 4. I'm looking it up because there's Assault Suit Lanos, which is the Genesis game called Target Earth.
Mm-hmm.
There was Assault Suits Valken, which was Cybernator on the SNES. There was Assault Suit Lanos 2, which was the Sega Saturn game, which I'm assuming is what they're porting.
Yes.
I'm just judging by the name. There was Assault Suits Valken 2, which was PlayStation, Japan only. Then there was a remake of Assault Suits Valken for PlayStation 2 that was Japan and Europe only. And then there was Assault Suit Lanos, which was the remake that was on PlayStation 4 across the world.
So, Assault Suit Lanos 2 Saturn Tribute is already out on Xbox. It was published by City Connection.
So I'm... Okay, oh yeah, I see there. Yeah, it's... Okay, so new translation plus device and weapon databases were added. That's it. It's just a port of the second game.
Okay. Yeah, this was released in April of this year for Xbox. Moving on, Hitman Blood Money Reprisal Physical Edition. And then we're getting Fear Effect in 2025, which is just a port.
Remember when they tried to bring back that series in a bomb?
Dude, that Square Enix game that came out that was made by like a fan, it was so bad.
Yep. I'm pretty sure you can buy that for like $2.
Oh, dude, I own it, and I played like 20 minutes of it. I'm like, this is terrible. Like, this is not good. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop getting a physical in summer of 2024. Double Shake 2025. Rugrats Adventures in Gameland physical August 2024. Gex is back, baby, coming in 2024. Oh, can't wait.
Dana Gould actually announced that on Instagram.
He also did the trailer. He also voiced the trailer.
Did he?
He did a John Wick line. He's like, people keep asking me if I'm back. I'm thinking I'm back.
Oh, Lord. I am kind of disappointed that like they haven't really announced if they're doing anything with these games, which is kind of like lame.
Yeah, I'd like to know if they're adding in like the 64 version and stuff like that. I don't know.
I've heard that somebody said that these are just the PC games ported.
At least it's not the 3DO, because
also
if you
heard
remember the 3DO of the original game had like scrolling problems and frame rate problems. So
No, I wouldn't remember because I had never played the 3DO version.
oh, it had problems. Like the Saturn and PS1 versions were better, but that first 3DO port was bad, bad, bad.
I just, again, like I said last week, I'm kind of disappointed because I don't think Gex was as big across the world as it was here, because he wasn't really super big here either. Let's be honest.
No.
But to not have those other people that voiced Gex also sort of have their versions included, like Gex is a weird series that had a lot of weird changes to it, depending on where you were and the versions. Like again, that Titanic level from the N64 is great, but that's the only place you can play it.
Yeah, they need to at
Um,
least put the 64 version in there.
Yeah, I've heard that the engine that they use can't do 64 games.
That
I,
sucks.
I don't know. To me, this is one of those times where it's like, yeah, you kind of need Night Dive to do this, where it is a perfect combination of all parts.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Like Power Slave.
yeah, because the British like they don't just do the same lines. They're different lines for the UK/Europe release. Like the different voice actors actually did new lines.
Did you see
They're
what
not just
Night Dive
repeating
is
things old
doing?
jokes.
Did you see what Night Dive is doing with the thing?
I hold
Wait,
on,
you
let me
want something
sit
other
down
than
and
making it? Wait, what?
They're
yeah,
they're they're
I don't know what you're talking about.
they're working with the original developers to finalize the vision of what they wanted that game to be.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my
I did not
god!
know that.
Yeah,
That's
Night Dive is the
All
goat,
right.
man. I'm telling you.
I mean, their Turok ports are the way to play. Like, I hate to say this because I know that like not everybody has a PC or console to play Turok on. Play the Turok ports from Night Dive. Do not play the Nintendo Switch Online version because
No,
they're
no, 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 no,
just
no.
so bad.
Dude, you can play like the Turok ports are on the Switch.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well then play those versions. Don't play the NSO version. If you start up the NSO version, you're like, I kind of like this, but the controls suck. Yeah, don't stop by the Night Dive version.
No,
There.
those Night Dive versions of 1, 2, and 3 are magical. They're so good. Shantae Advance Risky's Revolution getting a physical in 2025.
Yay! I'll be buying that because I like Shantae. Speaking of Shantae, this won't be in the news. I was going through the previews, which is the magazine from Diamond Distributors, who do like comic books, and they have some merchandise as well. Shantae is getting her own swimsuit issue.
Oh my god.
oh
Stop.
wow.
Yeah. Will I be buying one? Probably because I'm a Shantae fan, but
For
gross.
some reason, they really try to make that series horny, and it doesn't need to be.
It doesn't fit in my opinion.
No, it
It just
doesn't.
it just here's the thing. This comic book looks like all of Matt Boson, the
Matt
guy who does the art
Bozon,
for
Mr.
Shantae.
Bozon. Yeah, Mr. Bozon.
Yeah, I love his character design, even though it's a little horny. Like I love his cartoon aesthetic. It's also in the previews, which speaking of Xbox, it not doing enough service. There's a Battletoads comic coming out. It's 4 issues. It's a prequel to the game, the new game.
Oh,
How the fuck
How
do
would
we?
you find
know
that out?
that.
Yeah, like, come on, Microsoft, what are you doing?
Like,
Right.
here's an
Yeah,
IP
comic
you
book
own
fan and
outright.
didn't
You
know
did a
that.
game. Yeah, no, they're never gonna talk about it. Like, it's in the previews for this month, which means I think it's September that it comes out. Um, Previews are a bit weird because they're like for months in advance, but
Mhm.
yeah, like, and it looks like the art from the new game too. And you'll never hear about it. So if you liked Battletoads and you like that sense of humor, they're doing a comic off of it. But did any of you know that there's a High on Life comic?
I did know that, but that's
I
because they
did
tweeted
because
about
I
it.
saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, did
Okay,
they?
I
Okay,
didn't
well, I
know
was gonna
that
say
tweeted.
because that's the other thing. Like, well, good for them. Good for them. But at least they're fucking putting out the effort to be like, hey, we are doing other merch if you like this product. We're increasing the story. Yeah, just it's and I'm sure Way Forward will tweet about the Shantae thing, but like Xbox will never talk about that goddamn fucking Battletoads game and the comic that's based on it. It's disappointing.
Next up is Ninja 5 which that's an old GBA game, or was it DS?
Is that getting a GBA? That's one of the most expensive GBA games.
Yeah, I
Is
knew it was
getting a
like it's
physical
super
GBA
rare.
cart?
Yeah. I don't know. To answer your
Or are they
question,
just porting it?
they're porting it. I know for sure, but I don't know if they're doing a GBA card as well.
It's like a Shinobi sort of
Mhm.
game.
Yeah.
Like you kind of swing around, you save people that are like behind doors.
It's got a little
and stuff. It's
Bionic
not
Commando
bad, it's just-
to it.
Yeah, it's just not. I've never understood the price on that game ever.
Clock Tower Rewind, that's coming to everything.
Yeah, I'll be buying that.
Tomba 1 and 2, only PlayStation, I think.
No, I think it's coming to Switch as
Is
well.
it Switch 2? I couldn't remember if it was like a license for PlayStation, because I think they own the IP, right?
Hold on, Tomba on Switch. I'm looking it up right now. Ba, 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 ba. Yep, it's coming to Switch.
Okay, so it's just not Xbox. Okay.
Correct.
And then the last one is coming to everything. It's fucking Bubsy.
I don't like that you just. What Bugsy?
Why
It's
Bubsy?
the perfect collection. Get it?
Not
Perfect.
perfect. Yeah, I got it.
Ha,
Yeah,
ha,
yeah.
ha.
I listened to so for 1 year I listened to another podcast I've talked about a bunch of times called Stone Age Gamer. It's based off of the Stone Age Gamer website. And they do occasional episodes where it's like a big trivia sort of contest, and I wrote a segment for one of them because one of the guys was forced to play Bubsy as part of their Pain in the Assathon to raise money for colon cancer. And I wrote a bunch of fake and real Bubsy puns down, and you had to tell me if it was true, if it was real or not.
So if you didn't watch this, the trailer for Bubsy starts off in GoldenEye font, and it plays the music, and it walks in front of the bullet thing, and when it shows Bubsy, he says, "Oh, were you expecting someone else?"
Isn't that from?
Wow.
No, that's too. Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that from Bubsy 3D? But no, I don't think that is.
Bubsy 3D is in this collection, by the way.
Does it have the Bubsy 3D under the whatever gallery that some fan made on the internet? Because that was something else.
I don't know, but they're treating this like they did Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, where they're going to be doing artifacts, games, and interviews. So they're putting work into this and Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, but not into Fear Effect and Fighting Force.
But not into Gex, in my opinion.
Yeah, Gex isn't getting as much love as Bubsy, and
Gex,
Plumbers Don't Wear Ties did.
I could not give less of a shit about Fighting Force, and I could not give less of a shit about Fear Effect.
Also,
sorry,
I want
know
you to
out there,
note a funny tweet I saw online that Bubsy 3D is getting a modern PC version before Bloodborne.
Okay.
Well,
It's a lot easier to run Bubsy 3D in an emulator than it is to port Bloodborne to PC, I'm sure.
Yeah, but let me tell you something, Bloodborne fans. If you guys like hard video games, you should play Bubsy 3D.
Don't no.
It's the Souls of 3D platformers.
Nightmare.
You could not appreciate how bad that game, like people will tell you how bad it is. You cannot appreciate how bad it is until you have played it.
You can just watch Nitro Rad's video on Bubsy 3D.
No. You cannot watch and understand how bad this game is.
Because he goes into high detail of how
you need to
might
feel
be
it.
trying to fall to a platform up above or below you, but because you're over water, he just immediately dies because it doesn't have it doesn't give you time to fall. You don't fall into the water. He does like a little whoops, bye, and then waves to the camera and then falls into the water because he has an instant death if he's above water and falls, even though you're trying to jump platforms over water.
No.
God,
You need to feel it. You need to feel it.
And the world spins around Bubsy when he's rotating. It's something I said. Yes, it is. You shut the fuck up. God, I hate Bubsy so much.
Oh, it's such a
His
bad
best game,
series.
his best game is a runner clone, in my opinion. And people disagree with me on that, but I'm like, they're like, it's not as good as Runner. I'm like, I know, but it's better than every other Bubsy game. They're like, well, it doesn't play like Bubsy, and I'm like, I know, that's why it's somewhat decent.
God, please put that Jaguar version on there that had the one-hit deaths and the speed was too fast.
That's the game that the one of the guys that was in that trivia contest was playing for raising money for colon cancer research.
That one's
Was
right
that
up
Jaguar
there.
game?
That one's almost as bad as Bubsy 3D. It's
I
really
hope they do
bad.
another pain in the assathon. Next time they do it, I'll announce it on the show because it's a good cause, and they play the worst games live for it.
All right, so that's all the limited run games announcements. Let me pull up the news again and see what's in here that I might have missed. All the release dates. I think we went through all of these games. Yep, this is all the. Oh, they're making an Alice's Adventure Power Wash Simulator DLC, which is releasing on July 2nd. Why not? I guess.
The game on like Switch because it's easy to kind of turn on and spray stuff.
We talked about the new roles in Among Us. Night Dive has launched its podcast Deep Dive, where they talk about specific games from past and present with guests from the industry. New episodes every Monday.
That's wild. Okay.
Okay, you're back. I was waiting on you to get back. Let's talk about Black Myth Wukong.
Okay. Wait, is it because I'm black? Son of a
I
bitch.
was about to ask
All
the
right.
same thing. I feel like that's very racist.
It's a game from China about fucking like
No,
what's the thing's name? The
Son
Son
Goku.
Wukong.
Son Goku, yeah.
Son Goku. Dang,
That's like
damn.
there's nothing racial
Damn.
about that at all with you. So chill.
Nah, just the name it was black. I mean, it was a little joke. God, it was just a chuckle, man. Anyways, all right, go ahead. Yeah, let's go. Talk about it.
So
What's up?
Windows Central did a report this week. We talked about this last week how the Xbox version is not coming at
Yep.
launch. I guess Windows Central did a little digging and got a response from Microsoft themselves, who came back and basically said, but reading between the lines, it sounds like it could be a timed exclusive deal. I don't have the quote in front of me, but it was something like, what our third-party partners do with other companies is, we don't talk about that. Which raised more questions because the developer Game Science said that it was an optimization issue. So, which is it?
Yep. Yeah, it was. And you're right. It was something to the effect of we can't comment on deals that our competitors do or whatever. It was, yeah, something like that. And that's wild because now I feel like optimization is the new exclusive, like console launch exclusive. That's what that means. Well, we gotta optimize on Xbox. Meanwhile, we'll be launching on PlayStation.
I guess I don't understand. I don't know. Like, I've had people explain it to me both ways. Like, the minimum PC specs for that game are like more than the Xbox Series S.
Oh my God, I'm so sick of this argument.
And I don't like. I am not arguing that Microsoft fucked up with the Series S. They should have never made it.
Mm-hmm.
It has caused more drama and problems and not benefited them the way they wanted it to since they put it out. And I'll be honest, I have two in this house. They work great. They're fine. They're perfectly good consoles.
I have two as well. Yeah.
Like, but yeah, they've caused more problems with it than not. So
I think okay. So I'm not surprised if in fact Sony did sign some sort of a deal.
I was in the court documents that
Because
they do that just to keep games off of Xbox.
Yep, I was going to say that. But also, I mean, the game science is in China,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, that's that's their home turf. You know what I mean? So that's an Eastern developer. So that, I mean, of course they're going to try to get them as quickly as possible on their platform or whatever. So I'm not even surprised. I guess what I'm surprised about is that why lie? Like it's known that that Sony does this because, like you said, it was in the court documents. We always assumed that they were doing that type of stuff, but I mean, it was in the court documents, and that's fine. Business is business.
It's
Y'all do
business,
what you
yeah,
do
whatever.
to try to run. Like, I'm not even trying to, like, yeah, fuck it. That's your competitor. Of course, I need a leg up. Do what you got to do. But why be like, well, we got to optimize it? Because in my mind, you putting it and framing it like that, all you're doing, and you know this, and again, I guess from a business standpoint, it makes sense. You're just further hurting Xbox because you're making it look like the appearance that their shit is fucked up, more so than we already think it is, and we have to do all this extra work when that's not even actually what the case is. You know what I mean? Like it's just casting more of a shadow over Xbox, and they don't need to. Like, you don't even need to do that. You could have just been like, yep, it's exclusively launching over here, like everything else does. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Like,
It's
you
just,
notice that tweet that came out from Final Fantasy this week that were like, yeah, we're working on the PC version. We want everybody to play this game. Like, they couldn't even say the words.
yeah, I read between the lines on that too, because I saw and I was like, wow, okay.
Like, you're not even allowed to say the word Xbox. Like, we saw the Capcom note where, like, Sony's contract would be like, yeah, you can, we'll do the marketing for this, but you can't put it on Game Pass.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, this is what happens behind the scenes. Everybody does it. It's business, whatever.
Yep. It's business.
But
yeah.
like just say it. Like,
Right. Look, and it's crazy. And I guess back in the day when the masses weren't as informed, and a lot of us are ill-informed. I mean, Jim Cat and them. But you know what I mean. When the information wasn't at our fingertips, like this type of stuff, all of that would kind of go unnoticed. Right? I'm sure all that shit has been happening for decades in business. But because we can all see it now, and it's in these court documents and whatever else, and people have got why. Just don't even hide it. Just be upfront. Keep it a
man,
band.
speaking of Jim Cat, I got a request this week to make him a recurring character on the show, which I thought was pretty funny. Boy, PlayStation should be concerned that he changed camps because he bought a PlayStation VR 2. Huh.
It's dead.
Like, that man is just like a plague. When he walks over to something and he praises it, it dies. Like, he killed Xbox for years. Like,
that fucking Aqua Teen, the gutter salesman.
yeah.
He got
Oh man, it's so funny.
God, man,
I still can't
messed
get
up.
over that man is still talking about Xbox. Like, when did he leave? Like, was it like 3 months ago?
Right. Like, when do you have time to even play anything when you spending all of your time on Twix going in on the platform that you supposedly don't want nothing else to do with? Like, oh God, it's just weird. I don't understand any of them. Any of them.
He's a 50-plus-year-old man.
And that too. The fact because that Alex
Sony ain't gonna suck his dick.
Not right. They're not. They're not.
Bro, no one wants to suck your dick, especially when you're online like that, you weirdo.
He waited for all those years for Phil to do it, and Phil didn't do it. He's like, well, Phil, I'm gonna leave.
Goodbye.
Herman, let's have a... I like how he tagged Herman Hulst in one of his first tweets. He's like, I'm here. Like, what?
Right?
Herman don't give two fucks about
shit.
you.
Who gives a shit? You're a fucking lolcow. Like, don't fucking pretend that you have any more purchasing power than anybody fucking else. No one gives a shit about you. You're not important.
But Anthony, I got 80,000 followers.
Who gives a fuck?
But that's the thought
Who
process.
gives a shit? Can you translate that into money? No? Then fuck off.
Right.
Oh, I mean, with the new Twix, apparently you can. So.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he can make money because people dunk on him. There's the difference.
You can tell...
Engagement matters. I can make fun of him, he gets paid. Okay, well then I can feel less bad about calling him a loser.
That's what I'm saying is, like, when the rent is due when you see, like, all of these videos and tweets pop up, like...
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about Xbox and Game Pass?
Hawkman fucking comes out and tweets about or does a video with his stupid ass face and his stupid ass hat. Fucking
Xbox
hate that
is
shit.
gonna die. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Uh,
I don't believe in anything that's happening at Xbox.
Guys, I put all my money into
As you
this.
can see, I have a controller. I have an Xbox. I don't ever turn it on.
Oh my god, I hate them so much. I hate all of them.
He sounds
I
like
do
What
too.
game's your favorite? My favorite game is talking about the console that I purchased online. Like, okay,
Exactly.
what games do you play on that console, motherfucker? Who gives a shit that you own? Oh, like that one dude who was like, I own a fucking Lambo or whatever. Okay, well, congratulations. I don't give a shit.
Lambo as
Nobody
Terrence
gives a shit.
noticed and had the wrong fucking date on it.
Yeah. Right? Like, what the hell? Like, I was took this while I was driving. Nigga, but hold on. Wait, because that date is wrong.
That date is
Like,
2023. Were you driving?
Right.
Is it a
You waited-
DeLorean? What's happening?
Right. You got the
But it's
the
just like-
time
it's like-
machine attachment.
It's the sequence from Jurassic Park where they're out there talking on the beach or whatever, and he yells it out, and no one cares. No one cares.
Exactly.
That's what you're doing online. No one cares.
Dotson. We've got
That's
Dotson here.
it.
Do that.
I couldn't
Do
think of
that shit in
anything.
public so people can look at you weird, because that's what they're gonna do.
Oh,
Exactly.
I have a PlayStation 5. Okay. And I've just bought PSVR. Xbox is gonna die. Okay, sir, this is a Wendy's.
Right.
he walks up to him. He pulls up to the drive-thru. Xbox is dying, sir.
And hold on, I wish I had the sound of that window closing, because that's the exact sound you would hear.
Like, sir,
Oh,
could you
man.
just tell me if you want honey mustard with your nuggets, or to just
Right.
Sir, I'm
fucking
not.
move?
I'm not here to be friends, sir. I'm here to serve you food. And there's people starting to. There's a person behind you in line.
Oh my God, the
But I
grifters.
just want.
Yeah.
I want you to know that, like, I have personally spoken to Herman Holst, who agreed with me that Xbox is on their last legs.
I just,
Okay.
I
So
can't deal.
This is still a Wendy's, and there's still people behind you.
I still can't deal with the grifters, and the fact that Sean Layden has become a grifter really disappoints me.
Right? Like,
Oh, guys, there should. I wish I could do his work. There should only be one console. Really interesting. Why didn't you back out when you were in charge of PlayStation so there could only be one console? Oh, that's right, because it's here to make money, isn't it? You stupid
Right.
lying fuck.
He consults for 10 cent. I'm just
Who was the
Which
guy
is
before? Jack
wild.
Trenton. Jack Trenton was always better than you.
yeah. Bring Jack
Trenton could
back.
sell me a piece of Jack could sell me a piece of shit car and I'd buy it.
Yeah, Jack was a
He was
salesman.
a used car salesman. Oh my god.
All right, let's wrap up the news. A couple more headlines. Everybody was praising Hidetaka Miyazaki for his quote about From Software. As long as the company is my responsibility, I will not have any layoffs. It's because it's illegal, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty sure there's some different laws in effect in Japan.
I rolled my eyes so hard because everybody is giving him his flowers online. Like, oh man, he's a god for this. They're never going to. Bro, y'all are so stupid. Like, oh god, I don't understand.
So the thing that bothers me the most about this, 2 points. Number one, everybody always points to the Iwata taking the pay cut, which good for him. He did that.
Mhm.
But they literally laid off a bunch of contractors in North America after he did that.
Right.
Because he's not allowed to do that in Japan, so they had to cut it elsewhere.
But he didn't. Let's be honest. If that was an American, they would lay off those people, and they wouldn't. And the person in charge wouldn't take.
No, they wouldn't. So, like I
That's
said, I
true.
give him
That's the
credit for
difference
that.
between that. And I don't know if he would have had control. I think that would have been Reggie's call at the end of the day. Did Reggie take a pay cut during that time?
Oh, of course not. But my second
Exactly.
point to this is there has also been multiple reports about From Software's toxic work environment.
Just like the swamps he loves.
I mean,
That was good, and that should have been more than just a snort as a response. I was quick on that one.
I
Come on,
was
Yeah, you
laughing.
were. That was
I was
solid.
laughing.
Like, I laughed. Right.
I'm not begging for a response, but when I hear a, And
No,
that's
my
it. Come on
my
now.
mic
That
just
was
doesn't
good.
pick up the whole extended laugh when I start laughing. But no, that was
Holy
fucking
shit.
good. I was laughing.
From
No,
Software
yeah,
is the
no.
Dark Souls of game development work
I
environments.
mean, right?
You walk in, and like if you you have to really slowly walk in, otherwise you fall into like a spike trap.
God.
Okay.
Just is it suddenly you're lit on fire if you walk into the wrong room and you don't roll into it.
You got a fat roll. You got too much. You're too encumbered. You got a fat
Right,
roll.
you're carrying too much stuff to drop some of that.
Last November, Embracer killed a visual prototype for the Red Faction sequel. People are upset about this, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Red Faction, did we need another one? Like, they did Armageddon, and it wasn't nearly as good as Guerrilla. Just
Although I
Yeah.
will say the effects in Armageddon were awesome.
they were, but it was so limited in the
Yeah.
destruction. So
Well, that was oh my god, that was during the time period where they had like no money because THQ was going out of business.
yeah, 100%.
That's the reason why Saints Row 3 is so much smaller than Saints Row 2.
Also,
The
Embracer
budget was being
sucks
sliced.
anay. So
Embracer does suck.
Yep.
I'm irritated that. So my understanding was the whole plan now. And I could be wrong because I've read this online, so you know the facts might be wrong. But the idea was to get as many companies, and they were going to sell the whole company. It wasn't like this like small purchase. They were going to sell the whole company to like Saudi Arabia. That was the plan, and then Saudis were like, never mind. And that's the reason why they had to let go of people. Now, again, that could be speculation on whoever said that, because it was just a Reddit comment, but that was apparently the goal. And like looking at it now, it's like, yeah, they were trying to build up as much value as possible with the company to make it a better sale. And then when the sale didn't go through, it fell apart rather than an investment that didn't fall through. Because that never made sense to me, the investment angle for me. But why would they just not invest with you? But if they were selling it off, then that's a bit different. So I'll be curious to know if that ends up being true or not.
yeah, we talked about this last week too. But Embracer also shut down Pieces Interactive, who were responsible for Magicka and on the new Alone in the Dark reboot. So.
Racer sucks.
Speaking of people who suck, EA's executive officers collected over $60 million last year, including EO's CEO Andrew Wilson earned nearly half of it with over $25.5 million. EA also laid off 5% of its workforce earlier this year.
I'd love to know, and I'm this is just me being maybe too lefty. What the fuck do you do to generate value as an EA executive?
I mean,
I
that
mean,
much
really.
value in that. Like, my God.
Like, okay, you already have the basic setup of how these games make money. You know that people are going to buy them because they're established franchise. What do you do?
Also, technically, if they're doing their job, shouldn't like games that failed make money? Because that's kind
Right,
of your
right.
job is to decide what should and shouldn't be made.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand it. Like, I get it sometimes. Like, oh yeah, okay, like these people had to make business decisions or whatever. But like at this point in EA's lifespan, it's not like they're doing anything out of left field.
I'll tell you what I want. I want Matt Booty's job where you can fuck up for 4 years and get a promotion. That's what I want.
I mean, I feel like that is any position in Xbox right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like I gave Phil his credit when he took Xbox One and made it good. But like since then, what you done, Phil?
Out of Activision.
Yeah, that worked out well, didn't
And
it?
I stand next to Carzon's page.
Yeah, with your T-shirts. Like,
I'm wearing. Did you did you rob? Did you go back in time and rob a 12-year-old for his T-shirts because they're all '90s franchises?
all right, numbers
you.
real quick. Monster Hunter Stories: Wings of Ruin, which also skipped Xbox, just FYI, surpassed 2 million copies. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy surpassed 20 million copies.
Jesus.
I want you to understand that that game sold 20 million copies. Resident Evil 2 Remake is now the best-selling Resident Evil game. You want to know how many it sold?
Many.
13.9.
4? Oh, wow, better than I thought.
But still less than Crash Bandicoot.
Well, yeah, but horror games are going to sell less anyways.
Sure, but
I just thought it was
it's
going to
kind
be
of
significantly more.
like Crash
But
Bandicoot.
it's still not.
Crash Bandicoot doing double Luigi's Mansion 3 numbers, which is banana sandwiches.
That is, yeah.
I don't think Crash Bandicoot is nearly as good.
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying that's banana sandwiches.
No, I'm just saying. Like I know that's not an opinion, but like I don't get it.
Now
I bought it too, so I get it. Like to some extent, like
on the
this is
flip
way to play
side,
it, but at the same time, I'm like,
on the flip side, Shin Megami Tensei 5 and 5 Vengeance have sold a combined 1.6 million, and Shin Megami Tensei 5 alone, or Vengeance alone, sold 500,000 in the first 3 days. That doesn't seem like a lot of copies for a game everybody talks about. It's kind of...
well, it's not the
Yeah.
biggest franchise out of the Shin Megami Tensei series. That's Persona.
I
Yeah.
always find it funny when people put more importance in some games than other games. When you look at the sales numbers, like that's what you got to look at. Because I know it's crazy, but
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but like Ico. A lot of people go, Ico is a great game. None of y'all bought it.
no, that game probably sold
I
like
have a
what, like
PS2
500,000, something like that.
I'm gonna guess. I know Shadow of the Colossus did better, but
In comparison,
aren't
Microsoft
games
Flight
better.
Simulator has now 15 million users.
Wow.
That's a lot of fucking people.
That is a lot of people.
wow, because I'm impressed because like I find those games boring as shit.
I'm just saying. All right, I got
No,
one.
I figured flight simulators just wouldn't be that popular. That's all.
I think a lot of people just downloaded it because it was on Game Pass too.
Yeah.
All right, I have an email. I need you to be prepared for this email.
Is it about me? Is it
No.
targeting me?
It kind of
Oh.
moved. It kind of moved me a little bit, and it's from
Okay.
Eeyore Kara. So go.
I fucking knew it. God damn it.
But listen, just stick with me, okay?
I'm afraid. That's why I'm afraid. That's the reason why I'm saying, God damn it, stick with me. Like, is that a cum joke with him?
No.
I don't know. Boobies, titties.
No. All right, here we go. Hey yo, it's Eeyore Kara here, sending a heartfelt shout out to the ZTGD podcast on a monumental achievement of 800 episodes. Your journey is a testament to the unwavering passion and dedication that each crew member, past and present, has poured into this endeavor. It's the countless hours, the in-depth discussions, the lively debates, and above all, the shared love for video games and the bonds of friendship that have built this incredible community over the years. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Your podcast has been a beacon during stormy weathers, a companion in the quiet moments, and the source of joy in the everyday. I may send wild emails now and then, but it's the little escape that means so much when life throws its curveballs. This past year has been a roller coaster for my family and me, and unfortunately it seems will be for the rest of my days. But your voices, your laughter, your insights, they give me strength. They give me reason to look forward to each new episode. Thank you truly. I hold immense gratitude for you, your podcast, and the shared love for the gaming world. The gaming world has gone through its ups and downs since episode 1. It's come a long way for our generation who grew up with the gaming world. It seems to be in a very odd place at the moment. It'll be interesting how it will move forward, especially into the next few years and its next generation. Here's to the next 800 episodes. May they be filled with even more memories, more games, and more camaraderie that makes the ZTGD podcast so special. Take care, game on, and keep the spirit alive. If I can share a message, be nice, enjoy your time. Life's too short. Say I love you to your loved ones. Take care, friends.
That was actually very nice.
Yes.
Damn, that was really
I'm
nice.
glad I could be the set of boobies in your life sometimes. Hey, look, I'm gonna respond like in turn. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Weirdly enough, that's what this podcast was for me when I worked overnights before I joined. So I do get it as someone that was on the outside of it, that somehow, based on Drew's poor decision making, ended up on the podcast.
I mean, he was just weaning his replacement because he had to leave.
Apparently, fucking Jesus Christ!
Wow.
What a terrible replacement too. But yeah, no. So I mean, I appreciate that. I truly do. But I mean, like, I'm gonna kind of extend off that. I mean, I appreciate everybody that I talk to on this podcast as well. It's the reason why I do it. I mean,
that's the only reason I do it. 100% is of course I enjoy like people listening to it, but if I didn't have this every week, I'd never chat with anybody. Truly.
Aw. I mean, yeah. Y'all are like the only people. Yeah. Samesy. I love you guys. Oh.
can't wait to be. Now that being said, I would sell you out if I could become a Twitter star like Jim Cat.
I wouldn't blame you. Go for
expect, it. Yeah, man. I
got a PlayStation 5, guy.
Make sure you step on my balls when you reach that high pedestal. Okay, just do that.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus Christ! No.
All right, let's do some tweets and get out of here. Jeremy says, good morning, gents. So far, the driving job is going well. I'm definitely glad to be out of the car business. No more stressing about numbers. Finally got the mortgage settled, so now we can calm down a bit. Now about that Nintendo Direct, Metroid Prime 4 is finally on its way. The new Legend of Zelda game looks pretty cool. New Mario Party game. For this being the last year of the Switch, Nintendo aren't just leaving it out to pasture like the Wii and the Wii U. Remember Operation Rainfall? Anywho, thanks for the show, guys.
Man, Operation Rainfall. What a dumb decision from Reggie to not want to bring those games over.
Yeah.
Because Xenoblade is now sort of their tentpole RPG.
Didn't Tom Kalinske make the same decision about Radiant Silvergun? Wasn't that him? For the Saturn? He didn't bring that over?
Possibly. I don't remember that one. I don't know enough about Radiant Silvergun to be able to tell you. But like, there were so many games that Reggie was like, no, we're not going to bring that over. And I'm not even talking about Mother 3. Mother 3 didn't have a European release even. But like, there were so many European-only games where he was just like, no, we're good. Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land is in English, but was only sold in the UK.
That sounds like a movie you watch on one of them adult.
No,
right.
It's not even. No, that's the second one. That's Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Wow, that definitely okay.
I don't want to watch that movie either.
That's where the picture of sexy Tingle comes into play.
Holy crap!
Yeah, but yeah, he did that a lot. We got Hotel Dusk, and the sequel didn't come over, despite having an English translation, even though they would have had to probably localize it more. There's a game, Disaster Crisis something or other for the Wii that never came over, and like the voices are that of like, it includes voice actors that played Dante and Virgil in it. Like, it's not like it was like a throwaway game. It was a Nintendo property, and they just didn't bring it over. They didn't bring over the sequel to Trace Memory, which was another Code R, until recently, which is not a good version. Jesus Christ. So it's like, he made all these weird decisions of games we didn't get. And then Operation Rainfall happened. And yes, I think, God, what were the games? There was Pandora's Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Not Final Fantasy. God damn it! Give me a second. I have the name of it because I have the game. It's The Last Story.
And Xenoblade.
Not Final Fantasy. And Xenoblade Chronicles.
Mm.
And Xenoblade Chronicles has now been a tentpole of Nintendo Switch.
Crazy, huh?
Yep, just kind of like irritating that like that guy was in charge and made all those weird calls that were, one of them was clearly wrong.
Oh man, I started reading the other tweets. Yeah, it's
All right.
it's a good last year for Nintendo Switch for sure. Like they totally could have just coasted, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Shogun says, any thoughts on IGN buying most of the gaming outlets? I feel like people no longer get their info from major outlets, which leads to a lot of issues, fake insiders, paint narratives that the fans argue over. Seems like the large companies are trying to copy for engagement. Dude, I don't use these places for any of my news. It's usually from Twitter, although I'm sure y'all saw the story about the leakers this week that kind of got fucked. The Nintendo leaks are gone now, by the way, because that dude gave up his source and he didn't realize it was going to be published.
So all these people, this is the problem with leakers. And like, I'm not saying all leakers, like, I'm not in love with Jeff Grubb like other people are, but like, Jeff Grubb's been pretty honest about what he hears. Some of these people let this shit go to their head. You're not that cool for like knowing a thing if you're just gonna tell everyone. It's not a secret anymore. But you're just doing it for internet clout. That's really weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't understand that. Like,
I'll tell you guys, like, when I get, like,
because
an
what ends up
embargoed
happening,
thing, like, I'll
right?
tell
Yeah,
you
yeah, that's
guys,
different.
just so you know, but, like, I don't go on the internet and leak it, like...
To me, like, the weird part about it is that these people end up always making shit up. Always making shit up.
Always.
Of course.
And it's like...
Even their identity.
Just be quiet. Well, yeah. But like, so... Because I was thinking about this because I was reading an article about this scenario that we're talking about now, and it was about somebody mentioned Jeff Grubb and not that in a negative way either, and I just kind of wanted to say that like I was going to write a comment and then I decided not to, but like the only time I've really kind of been irritated with Jeff Grubb was the Metroid Prime thing. And it wasn't really Jeff Grubb's fault in hindsight. It was the fact that from day one of the Switch release, people were talking about Metroid Prime Trilogy Remastered. And it kept not happening. And not happening. And not happening. And I think maybe it was Jeff Grubb that said it had been reduced to just a remaster of one. May have not been. But, you know, ultimately, like, he was off, I think, by a single direct or whatever. But it was just irritating because it's like, if you do something that's kind of obvious enough, like eventually you might be right. But like, you know, I wouldn't give any credit to the people that said Metroid Prime Trilogy was coming to Switch because they didn't. And it's just a weird thing that like all these people like I remember one person saying Mother 3 was coming to Wii U. Really? Because it didn't. Maybe in Japan, but not the English translation that they were implying. And it's just like, why do you make this like this was shit that I would have done when I was a kid on the playground.
I mean, we answered this question earlier today. It's because it makes them money for engagement.
Well, sure. Yeah, I suppose now. But even before that was an option. It was like something that people did, and it to me, at least you're right, it makes more sense now because it makes money. But like before that, people would make up shit. And like I guess it's the same as like the console wars stuff, like there's this weird part where these people don't grow up and sort of leave the childhood nonsense behind. But like, I don't know, it's just so fucking weird. Like, like it's fun if you like, you know. I know you said you guys wanted Killer Instinct for so many fucking years, and eventually it happened.
But yeah, but
like,
that was me saying I wanted it to happen, not that I knew it was going to happen.
That's the difference. Like, it's one thing to want something to happen and try to like manifest it. But implying that it's going to happen. Remember that Star Fox racing game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One from Namco.
Yeah, no. Maybe I thought it was Retro Studios was making that.
Maybe it was a conjunction. I don't remember.
I don't know. But all I'm going to say is not one piece of art, not like like nothing has leaked from that. So somehow we had the information that it was happening, but nothing has leaked from it. That seems really weird because Nintendo had a giant leak not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's stuff like that where I'm just like, it irritates me because like these people don't understand the damage they do. You like on a surface level, like, are they ruining the world? No. But what happens is these people get others to listen to them, and then they go and watch a Nintendo Direct, and because it wasn't what they thought it was going to be, they come away pissed. And I hate to say it, but like that's on you. That's on you for listening to just random idiots on the internet. Like, don't blame Nintendo for not doing all the things that some idiot promised you.
I will say, I have a little more respect for the Xbox leakers because apparently many people knew the entire Xbox showcase and none of them leaked it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, one of those I can't be confirmed or denied, but I don't care either way. You know what I mean? Like
If the person
honestly,
who said that hadn't had some credibility to them, I wouldn't have believed it either. But
fair enough. But to me, it's like okay, but even then, like you don't get a kudos for doing the right thing.
No, that's just normal behavior.
Right.
Right.
And I hate to point out, but like, I believe the article about that leaker Pyoro.
Yeah, the Nintendo guy. Yeah.
Was written by Jason Schreier, right?
Yep.
Oh, he blocked me. Oh, I can't see that guy.
And didn't Jason Schreier kind of imply that it was wrong to do that? Because I'm pretty sure Jason Schreier has also leaked video games before they got announced officially.
Yes, he has. Yeah. And also, apparently, Pyoro didn't know that his responses were going to be made public. He has since deleted his Twitter as well.
Oh, God! He went off... Y'all kicked him off the internet?
Yeah, he did the interview with Schreier via DMs. He didn't specify that he didn't want it to be on record, but he was under the impression that it wouldn't be published. It got published. His source was an employee of Nintendo of Japan.
We outed his source?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say something. And this is a piece of advice. Because
don't talk to Jason Schreier.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
recommended anyways. But no, if you're talking to any person that's a member of the press of any side, doesn't matter. Just assume anything you're going to say, unless they specifically say that it's off the record. Do not say anything because it's probably on the record. They have they have to tell you it's off the record. You can say I want this off the record, but if they don't agree to it, doesn't mean shit. So it's a weird thing, but I understand it. So just don't because it doesn't make sense. How can one person agree and the other person not agree and be okay? But that's their job. So you have to understand that if you were talking to somebody from the press, any sort of press, that just assume they're going to put it on the record.
Yep. All right.
I just don't trust anybody.
Let's get these last two tweets out of here. Shogun also says, Gaming Funk. I found the best way to get out of a gaming funk is to play a fun beat-em-up or hack and slash. I might be the only person waiting on more information on Towerborn, but that game looks like it will cure any gaming funk I might have. What is that game?
So it is actually, I'm in the alpha thing for that. It's on the what is it called? The
Insider
Xbox
preview. Yeah.
The Insider preview. Yeah, it's on there. It may still be up if you want to join. I think the one session just ended, but they were about to start up another one. But anyways, so it's a side scroller, kind of beat 'em up, but it has like in depth like kind of fighting game like mechanics to it. So it's not just simple button mashing, but there's like combos and different stuff that's involved.
I always thought it was a strategy game for some weird reason.
This is where you probably think that, because the overworld has where you kind of move your character kind of like a strategy game, because it's like hexagons, and so you move from area to area, but then you load into like the world, and it's like a side-scrolling thing where you're like fighting. But
Gotcha.
it's pretty good. It's still in.
It's out this year, and it's on Game Pass.
But
so
yeah, I was surprised that they didn't show it at all at their show. Actually,
maybe it'll be at
it's
Gamescom.
far along.
I don't know.
It probably will be. But yeah.
All right, his last tweet. Been a while since you guys had a good food debate, but I almost died from shock learning that somebody actually liked Jimmy John's. I tried them. They taste like eating Nintendo Labo's cardboard.
Damn.
But who has the best?
Well, that's brand specific.
Yeah.
Damn.
But who has the best barbecue in your area? It don't matter if it's chain or mom and pops.
It's what I'm the
Um,
one that like Jimmy John's. I remember saying that. Like, I like Jimmy John's, but damn,
Yeah, like I get where he's coming from because the bread is kind of
I
it's a
love
little
their bread.
dry
Really?
though. It's a little dry.
I don't know. I think that's what makes it good. Like, 'cause it's a French bread, so it's kind of has that like chewy kind of thing, like a French baguette or whatever has. Like, I don't know. I love their bread. That's part of why I like them. Like them.
I mean, their bread
Anyways.
is better than Subway, but that's not a high bar.
Well, that's really not no.
Like as far as sub bread goes, Penn Station's got that bread is
Penn
bomb.
Station is good. Penn Station is good.
I don't
Okay,
eat
barbecue.
barbecue, so I can't answer this question.
Oh wow, Anthony, you do barbecue? You eat barbecue?
yeah, I do. I'm not gonna say the name because it's like it'll give out my location way too easily. But there's a local place, dude. It's like right near my house. Um, not to be like you know, sketchy like that, but it's a local place. Man, they must have been there for years now. They do chicken wings, which I obviously a big fan of. But they smoke them there.
Ooh, yes, they doing it right.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
it's smoked chicken wings. They have this amazing hot sauce. They do ribs. They do buttermilk chicken there. Oh fuck, it's so good.
Oh man,
And
that
that sounds
sounds
like you gotta have cholesterol problems.
probably, but you gonna go happy. That sounds
Yep,
delicious.
exactly. Um,
Um, go ahead.
yeah, I, the thing is like I'm not a big steak person, and if you're gonna get steak, you don't want to go to a barbecue place.
No,
I
you
know
gotta
it
go to a
sounds weird.
steakhouse, baby.
Heck yeah.
Not even a steakhouse. You want to go to a fine restaurant and get their steak because they fucking it's so goddamn expensive. But there was a
Yep.
place that where I
That's
used
true.
to live called Michael's on the Thames. I'm not afraid to mention that because I mentioned that I lived in London, Ontario at one point. Went there once. The best steak I ever had. It was so goddamn expensive. I didn't pay for it because I was a kid at the time, thank God. Um, but it was like perfect. It was because I like my steak medium.
That's a hard one to get.
Um,
Most places fuck that up.
yeah, but
Yeah, I
it was
medium rare.
perfect.
I'm a
I can
medium
settle
well
for
guy.
medium rare.
Ah, okay.
Ooh, okay. I go medium, the perfect middle in between. Not to the point where it's leather, which I guess Ken likes it more to be leather like.
Yeah, he likes
Um,
his a little chewy,
No,
and that's okay.
you thinking of getting into the well? I've still got some pink in mine.
Oh, okay, you
okay.
got a
Well,
little
that's
pink.
medium.
Okay,
Medium
okay.
well still has pink in it.
Oh,
Okay.
have you ever tried medium?
I
Like,
have.
have you ever tried just medium?
I think it's a little too bloody for
Too
me.
pink? I
Yeah.
got you. I got
Okay.
you. Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, because when you say well, all I'm thinking is we're getting to
Yep.
what if somebody asks you? All I can think of is when I think of well done is the King of the Hill. What if somebody wants theirs well done
Oh no, I am
and
not a
Phil just
burnt
turns around and
crispy.
just
No,
goes. We politely ask them to leave.
no, I'm definitely not a
But
burn my
yeah,
steak guy. No, no, no.
this place, man, they put a little bit of butter on the steak too.
That should be
Oh
standard.
shit!
Like, come
That
on.
should be.
You would think, wouldn't you? But no, fucking steakhouses, my ass, fucking
Man, my
burning this piece of
steakhouses
shit.
around here put butter and seasoning and shit on the steaks. It's good
Are,
stuff.
are they are they chains? Are they
Some of them are, yeah,
okay?
but they
Yeah,
got stuff on them. Yeah,
Yeah, some of the chain ones around here aren't bad. Some of them are
some of them
bad.
are terrible,
Um,
but yes.
yeah, some of them are terrible, but some of them
We ain't getting
are
no
pretty.
fancy steaks from Applebee's. Like, come on,
You
man.
absolutely are not.
that's the
No.
reason why I generally go for chicken at places because I'm like, y if you fuck this up, I'll have food poisoning, so it'll be easy to know if it's really bad.
Right.
Steak, like you can fuck it up and I can still eat it, but I'm not gonna have a good time. And I'm
I
not gonna be
got you.
like, send that back. Yeah. Um, but burgers, like, most burger places aren't fantastic either. Like, I don't know, barbecue stuff. I think when I think of barbecue, I generally think of stuff at home.
Yeah.
Get your own
Barbecue sweet
smoker.
potatoes. I don't, but my mom does, so I use it when
Ooh,
I'm up at her house.
yeah. If you got your
Nice.
own smoker, that's the best way to do it, I think.
The best place around here, they're not open anymore because I think they closed their locations around here. But it was called Famous Dave's.
I
Oh
remember
man,
that
Famous
place.
Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh God, they had the best and let me tell you, I hate sweet cornbread. Like I absolutely hate it. But this place had these corn muffins that they had some sweetness, but then was oh my God, that's the only place that I would eat those little sweet cornbread from. But they had ribs, they had brisket, the mac and cheese was on point, like the sauces. Oh my God, they had this what was it called? It was like this sweet heat sauce. So good. Oh, you could just eat it by the spoonful. The sauce was so good. But yeah, they close. I think they sell their stuff now because I've seen like jars of their sauce in stores. But the restaurant around here is gone. Weirdly enough, when I lived in Maryland, it was one like down the street from the house where we lived at. So they're open elsewhere. Just I guess they got out of Ohio.
Man, my wife told me she saw something the other day about made me throw up.
Okay.
Saw pizza rolls, like pizza roll style, but it was White Castles.
Oh
Nope.
no,
I saw that. I saw that. Nope.
no,
Nope.
no, 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 no,
Nope.
no.
Nope. Nope. Yeah. There's just some things like you're just going too far. Like you don't no.
Yeah, no. And the worst part is when you find it. I'm gonna ignore that and move past because the less I think about it, the better.
It's gonna be in your nightmares tonight, just so you know.
Yeah. The worst part is like, so this local place, they make their own sauce. It's so goddamn good, but I can't buy it from them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they won't sell it to
That's
you.
when you know you gotta.
Oh,
I mean, I haven't asked, but I'm pretty sure I know the answer. Most places won't do that, so.
The local
hey man.
so you know, Terrence, the Casanos will sell you pizza building kits if you want to buy them.
Awesome. I did not know that, and that's awesome. I gotta
Yeah,
get
I
some
bought some
sauce.
of them
That's
before.
good.
Like, obviously they're not as good because you're not getting it from a pizza oven, but it's still
Right.
pretty good.
Okay. That's what's up. You should ask them, Anthony. I always my whole operation, how I move through life is the worst they can say is no. I'ma ask. Hey man, that sauce is banging. Y'all sell me
They
some?
just take
Give me
my
some
food
y'all.
away. They spit in my face and tell me never to come back. How dare I
Jesus.
insult the
I,
chef?
why would they? But I want to give you money. That's not an insult. What you talking
Yeah,
about? What
yeah,
you
no,
mean?
I don't think they would do that, but yeah. By the way, I've the entire time we've been talking, I've been watching my Shadow of Mordor download.
Dude,
Um,
Xbox
one,
360 downloads are the fucking worst.
so here's the best part. So it's 7.62 gigs, right? Which is
Mm.
fair. You know, that's a double layered disk.
Yeah.
Um, however, you also need to download game data
Mhm.
required for play, which is another gig and something.
Yep. Yeah, I was
Oh, the good
so
old
I
days.
when I was buying all these things on the 360 marketplace, I just set it to download. It literally took like 2 days to download like 3 games.
Jeez.
It's not my internet. It's the 360s, and I've got it
Yeah.
hardwired.
Yeah.
It's hardwired.
Man. Well, you know what? It's got probably like old.
Well, it's also installing to the hard drive as it downloads, and that hard drive is let's just say ancient.
I'm about to say, yeah, that ain't no solid state.
No, it's a 320 gigabyte platter drive from the 360 era.
Yeah. Yes, it's gonna take a minute.
Yeah, I should probably hook up an external to it and see if that helps. I don't know. I don't know how the USB bus is on that system, but it's probably not great.
They probably ain't.
But can you tell the 360 where to download something, or does it always have to go to the internal? I don't remember.
It's been so
I,
long.
I, I am too afraid to ask and find out.
Yeah, the 360's back-end menu likes to crash a lot, so maybe I shouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, I
But that has
shouldn't
been,
test
yeah, it's
them
been a
waters.
while.
Honestly, can't you get those pretty cheap on Amazon? Let me
The
look.
drives?
Xbox
I don't know, man.
360 hard drive.
I'm sure
$30
you
for
can.
500 gigabytes.
Yeah. And you probably can get cheaper than that if you catch somebody on eBay, like just selling like a lot of them or something.
You can get 250 gig for $19.
Dang. Okay.
I mean,
That's
these are
about it.
new, so
Remember when the old ones that clipped onto the side were goddamn a fortune
oh yeah, they were
Yes.
like $130 when that thing launched.
Yep.
for 20 gigs or whatever? Go
Yeah,
fuck yourself.
60
20
gigs.
gigs.
60 gigs was the big one, right?
That's right. That's right. The 20 was the core, or did the
Yeah.
core not come with one?
The
Is
core
that
the
what it
core
was?
didn't
Well,
come with one.
Arcade came with a memory stick.
60
Those
was
Memory
those
card.
the
phased out quick.
60 was the big one, and then they made a 120 that would flip on top. But the 20 gig was the smaller one that they released.
That's right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now, like
Those memory sticks.
the S and the E models could take those internal drives, and those went up to 500 gigabytes, which is what you can buy on Amazon for $29.89. So maybe I should invest in that because I think that hard drive in mine it's now as old as the S because I got it with the S, so that would make it. When did that thing come out? 360S release date. I know it ain't 2005.
No. Actually,
No, that's when
was
the original one came out.
Oh,
Xbox
2010.
Series 2010, yeah, released July 2010. So that hard drive is now
And
14 years old,
And the E model was 2013.
which was the Xbox One launch year. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a system for you if you don't have the internet.
Thank you, Don Matrick, you asshole. Can't wait to see you lose your job here.
Yeah, so maybe I should buy one of these 500 gig hard drives because I'm pretty sure the one in mine's 320. So I think that was the default for that model. Maybe a new hard drive would help with the downloads.
it might.
I don't know, but buying all these 360 games might be a good investment for me. But anyway, that's it for us. If you want to send us an email, it's podcasts@ztgd.com. You want to tweet at us, it's on the Twix at ZTGD Radio. And also, I just got a message from Drew. He's buying an eWin chair because they're awesome. And you should go get one using the code ZTGD and get 20% off your order. I don't know if Drew realized, like, I don't make money off that, so it's cool that he's using the code, and you know, like I said, I don't promote these shit if I don't actually enjoy them, and I still use my eWin chair. So,
Did you smell your chair from last week?
No.
Coward. You know your chair stinks.
I know
Get
it
a new
does.
Chair, you piece of shit.
Every place I put my ass
I'm
stinks.
not talking to you, Ken. I'm talking to the people out there.
He's talking
The
to
chair
the listeners.
stink.
He's talking to the people. Say they got a stanky chair.
Is he making music for
Yeah.
the people?
Fucking. Go look at a picture of Asmongold's apartment or whatever, that workspace. That's what your chair stinks like.
I've got
Right?
I've got the perfect sponsor for him. It should be
Deodorant.
cleaning services.
Oh boy. Not to make fun of the guy, but he needs to clean his fucking room.
Yeah,
that
I
comes
couldn't
from a person
stand-
that also
Yeah,
needs
wait,
to do the
real
same.
quick, because I know we're about like wrapping up. Who is that guy? I know, because I saw.
I only know him
him
because of the
talking
cockroach crawled on him, and I saw it on Twitter.
No.
What?
No,
Are you
that did not
serious?
happen. No, that did not happen. I
Oh.
refuse to believe that.
Wait, did that happen?
I saw a video of it.
Oh,
Ew! What the?
I mean,
what
I
it-
can believe it because I've seen his apartment or whatever.
So does he just
the
make?
space he works
So
in.
he's just like the typical, like the
He's
making
the
videos guy.
streamer. Yeah,
Okay.
he's a
Alright.
streamer. Who also told people to get good at games and then says the Elden Ring DLC is too hard.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, no, like I'm dead serious. Like y'all need to change your chairs. Also for like comfort reasons and stuff. But like literally, if you are doing a lot of video gaming in a chair,
Yeah.
For my
It's time.
console gaming,
It's-
I bought like a $700 Lazy Boy.
Dang.
yeah, you do console gaming. I'm talking to PC players. Right
PC gamers, you need a good chair too, for sure. But for my console gaming, yeah, I bought like a $700 Lazy Boy because I got to be comfortable.
I feel it.
Yeah, but that's a different setup altogether. Yeah, I would not recommend these chairs for like a living room area, but for, well, you also work at a computer all the time too, Ken.
Yeah, this
I-
chair
I
gets 8
understand
hours
one
of
this way.
use from me every day.
That's a lot of stank getting caught in that chair.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
And I'm not even talking about farts and stuff. I'm literally talking about like you sweat into that chair.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Inevitably.
lot of stank.
I should
Getting
sell
in
it. I
there.
should jar it and sell it like those people do
Ooh.
online.
Tony stank.
Oh shit! All right.
Oh, thank you.
That's it for this week. We'll be back next week and talk about some more video games. But anyway, unless anybody has anything else, we'll get out of here. Peace, bitch.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.